What's up? It's
What up?
it's Danielle and me, and we're gonna get into some trouble together today on the stream, and I'm freaking here for it. If y'all don't already follow Danielle, let me drop her link in the chat. Let's see. Hopefully Nightbot behaves well. We're going to be looking at the incorrigible Jessie Lee Ward today and some more stuff that she has said on TikTok. So there's a content warning. There's a trigger warning. If fetishization, I think that I put a lot of the definitions in the description. If I didn't, I need to go back. Let me just double check. And they're there because if you don't know what it is, we're all learning about stuff together. And I'm just gonna double check that I'm not talking out of my butt, but maybe oh dang it. Sorry. Let me put there we go. That should be better. Let me see.
Me sitting here, I have no idea what's happening.
Okay, so we have the definitions for fetishization, racism, bigotry, and anti-Semitism in the description, so that if you need to know definitions, they're there. And yes, Nightbot is doing the most. So if y'all don't already sub to Danielle, what the hell are you doing? Go ahead and go over there and sub, and that would be great. How's everyone doing? Live chat, you're incredible. Potato Supreme, hello, and Korea, and Tatiana, and Stevie, and Jenny. Oh my goodness.
What up?
Jessica, Rachel, Christina. As always, your mental health is more important than a like or a watch time or anything. So if this is not the stream for you, hop out. You're always more important than like watching our content, and I know Danielle agrees because
for sure.
She's awesome. I wish I wasn't blurry as hell, but my camera is being an asshole. I do use the cursey words on my channel. I think Danielle does too. I'm gonna do my best to be on my best behavior, but you know what happens sometimes when we're watching Jessie Lee Ward. So
I just get so angry. I can't help it.
Oh yeah. So this submission is from somebody. Well, let me put a poll in my chat, and maybe Danielle can put a poll in her chat. Do you know who Jessie Lee Ward is? Do you know who Jessie Lee Ward is? Just gonna throw that in my chat real quick.
Okay, I was like, you think I know how to do a poll? I know how to do a poll.
Literally, Danielle is a true, like, you help people with their businesses, brands, stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Marketing for small businesses.
Every time I try to explain what someone does, I literally butcher it, and not in a bad way. I'm just like, I'm so excited to promote you on my channel. And then it's like, you got that so wrong, but your enthusiasm is so great. And that's what I feel like maybe this is. So while I'm pulling the video, Danielle, can you tell the lovely people in the chat, like, what your business is and that you actually don't scam the shit out of people? Yeah. And you know what I mean?
For sure. So hi everyone, if you don't know me, I'm Danielle. I make content here on YouTube that talks about the business coaching world, mostly because I started a business 5 years ago as a yoga studio owner. And I worked that business for 4 years. Throughout that period of time, I hired a couple of business coaches that scammed me out of thousands of dollars. And so essentially I've taken everything I've learned over the 4 years of being an entrepreneur and built a platform on TikTok, sharing that information completely for free. And so I'm here on YouTube really just talking about how a lot of these people who portray themselves as coaches have no real business experience. I talk about debunking a lot of the false information that they share, similar to what we see in MLMs. And then I myself offer marketing consulting to small businesses that want to know the real strategy to start and build a business. So here we are. No gatekeeping here. If anyone has a business and you have questions, you can always send me a message on Instagram. I'm not going to send you a PayPal link, so don't worry.
It's so refreshing. And if you missed Danielle's live yesterday, she was literally just filleting the what was it? I can help you stop spending, but you need to pay me a premium to teach you how to get into the mindset to stop spending. And then
Exactly.
someone who actually, as someone who said she gave a shit about people who had a spending issue, broke down her stuff into a payment plan that ended up being $300 more than paying upfront. So it was a wild ride, and I would you know, if you're interested in anti-MLM and also a no BS business like breakdown, Danielle's your creator. She's awesome. All right.
Thank you.
And I just downloaded the videos. Thank you. My source wants to remain anonymous and always respect that. I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to try to load it in here maybe. Local video. We're going to do the first one, I think.
And I will just warn everyone watching live, I might abruptly have to leave for a few minutes at some point. The fire inspector is coming apparently, conveniently. So if I disappear, I'll be back.
It's that hater mindset Danielle has, that she's not really committed to this Zoom stream right now. It's you know, it's what plagues all of us. Yeah. I'm just joking. Okay, so we have the video. Let's figure out this. Which way is the best way to do it? I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
Oh, wrong. There we go. All right. So you should be able to see Boss Lee on the side of the screen, and she's gonna be explaining it at content warning. We've explained this, but she's gonna be talking about all the things that are unpalatable because of how she views other people. So here we go. Buckle the fuck up. Ugh.
I'm here to tell the tales of how I found this man. So here goes nothing. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe, and I'm admitting it. And I used to swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe, especially in different regions because I don't like Americans. So I took like this 9-country, vacation or whatever, for those who don't know, all summer long, with 2 of my best guy friends. And I swiped my way all through the Middle East, Europe. It's a great time. I got to Israel and I was disgusted. I looked around and like, these men on this app are disgusting. Like
I got to Israel and I was disgusted. It's just it's gonna get worse. Okay, Korea, have a good errand running time. And yes, this is kind of new-ish, but it's on TikTok. So it's just her reiterating the bigoted, racist, anti-Semitic fetishization that she displayed in the live that we reacted to. It's just
also
more.
I'm not laughing at her video. I'm laughing at the fire inspector comments. So
yes,
just to clarify.
Fire inspector equals lead. No,
the lead. I'm going to recruit them into my MLM.
Yep. It's basically they're coming to you. There's no cost. There's no cost in getting this one. It's basically free money. So
look around the streets of Tel Aviv. I'm like, disgusting. I'm like, what is going on? And I have Jew blood. I'm 12.5% Jewish. I'm like, God, this Portuguese, thank God, showed up for me. You know what I mean? Anyway, I digress. So I leave Israel early. I go back to Jordan because there's an Egyptian man there. And I'm like, Egyptians. I like the Arabs, okay? It's just a fact. It's like, I think Arab men are like, wow. Okay, so anyway, I leave Israel because it was tragic. Okay, so then I fly.
She is dating someone who is religiously Jewish and claims to be Jewish, like, ethnically. And so it seems offensive that she is so boundly determined to say how unattractive and unappealing people from Israel are, and yet her boyfriend is. So sorry I keep pausing it. I'm just like trying to give us some breathing room because it's we're a quarter of the way through now. So
I'm already confused.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Danielle, let me give you the lowdown on Jessie Lee Ward real quick, because if you don't understand this context, then I'm not going to say you can't catch on, but if you haven't followed her for years, then you're not going to get why this is what it is. For years and years and years, Jessie Lee has said that people from America are not attractive to her. She said it for 5+ years. She was boundly determined to marry someone from Italy because I don't know why, but she said that for years and years. And then she downgraded it to, I'm just never going to date someone from the United States. And then, so she's been hyper focused or hyper fixated that, and that's fine. Whatever you find attractive is fine, but it's the villainized, it's her, the way that she talks about people from other countries is very dehumanizing, it feels like sometimes. I don't know if that's the right word, but this is just something that she's done for years and years and years. In live chat, Janet said she's always been talking about and had some weird fetish with people's nationalities. Like she used to say she was going, yep. And the other people are know some of the backstory too. And I'm still definitely learning about all the nuances about how people like dehumanize others. So if there's information like what Stevie's sharing, feel free to share it in the chat and we'll all learn together. Okay. How's everyone doing? Okay, here we go.
Fly home from wherever the heck I flew home from. I don't remember where our last destination was. I can't remember. 9 countries. It was crazy. I really am trying to remember the last place. I can't remember the last place we went. Doesn't matter. I come home and I keep swiping because I'm single as a Pringle, 3 years single, you know, except for that stupid Italian moment that I shouldn't have done because he was still married. I didn't know he was married, you know, whatever. Long story short, don't have to talk about it right now.
Okay, sorry, Danielle, if you don't know this already. She was in Modere. The chief marketing officer was an Italian guy. She what ended up getting into a relationship with him. Her marriage broke up. She and the chief marketing officer in Modere got fired. So she got terminated from Modere and he got fired. So, and they, I guess, broke up. And then she ended up getting back together with him maybe last year and realized he's been married to his wife for 20+ years. And so she didn't know that. And it was a whole thing. I know this is a very complicated, twisty story that's confusing because it is confusing. So
the part that like is irritating to me, and it's just like a critique on her in general, I guess, is that she's always so like, I don't understand why everyone's so heavily involved in my life. I don't understand why you guys on the internet always talk about me. But then she goes around broadcasting every intimate detail, like that last comment being like, oh, I shouldn't have dated that Italian, but that's a story for another day. It's like, if you didn't want people to pick that apart, you wouldn't have said it. But you're the one that keeps bringing up all this stuff.
Yep, she does. And she has in the past shared so many details. If you haven't seen the balcony video, it was more details than maybe you'd ever thought someone would share, that it maybe wasn't in. It was just an unexpected place. And it's a lot of information. And then you're right. That's a great point that Danielle just made, that you're sharing this and then getting upset that people are listening to what you're saying and, you know, thinking about it. So, all right, here we go.
And I'm at the airport swiping, whatever. Long story short, I go to keep doing business tours all over America. It's August at this point in time, and I swipe on this like super hot guy. He looks kind of Arab. And then, I don't know, when you only sleep with foreigners, they look different. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I just knew this sassy thing was not from these parts. And so it was Bumble. Long story short, we definitely swiped at the airport. He came and picked me back up after I did a keynote in Miami. This is like, I don't know, a week or so after that. And I was like, yeah, definitely gonna smash. Like, so hot. I was like, by the way, where are you from? Israel. And I'm like,
look at the face she just made. I don't know if she's doing this thing where she's trying to be funny or tell a story in a, I don't know. I don't know what she's doing because it's the way that she's talking about people is not funny. I'm always, and again, I know to my discredit, I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm always thinking like, why would they say this? Why would she say this? Why would she say this? And what reason would it be to make this okay? And it's just not okay. At the end of the day, it's just not okay. And she's the way she's talking about people. You think about this. If this was and again, I understand that I'm inclusive here on my channel. I know Danielle is too. I'm only talking about this in kind of a boiled down way. I'm not trying to exclude people who are non-binary but if we were listening to a CEO or someone who identifies as a man talk about a woman this way, I think more people would be pissed off. But she's not just talking about a guy or her partner like a piece of meat. She's also being very discriminatory towards a group of people. And we heard what she said on the last live. So
yeah, I think that this comment, oh frig, I'm trying to share it. I don't know what's happening. There's someone said she does everything for shock value, and I think that sentiment is exactly correct, because you think about this in any professional context, whether I am like the CEO of a company or whatever, I'm never going to post a public, even me as my own person with my own personal brand, I would never post a video like this, because it's going to like detract people from wanting to work with me or be in my space if I'm spewing this hate towards specific people and specific nationalities so publicly and so like in such a nonchalant kind of way. Like she's just like carrying on, blah, 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 blah. Like what? I hate it.
Yeah. And so you actually being a business owner, we love that for you. If you had an employee speaking like this about people and then making it so clear that that employee was associated with your company, what would you do as the CEO?
Exactly. 100%. Like, I think even now I have a VA that does work for me. If she were to do anything like this, immediately I would be like, I cannot associate with you anymore. And I think we kind of talked about this on the very first live we ever did together. This idea that like Brian Underwood just lets her get away with whatever. Like I saw I must have been on her stories or something. They went to a basketball game. Yeah. And he was there. And I was just like, how is he still supporting her after all of this? I don't get it.
Yep. It's wild. And it's like, we tried to contact him about what she said about Ukrainians and saying that Putin was on her side. We tried to, and I said, we try, or at least I did. I know other people emailed them too. And it was like, I'm not trying to ruin her life. I'm saying that this doesn't just make her look bad. It makes y'all look even worse because you're continuing to gold stamp her behavior. And I took the time to send them a long email, and then I time-stamped it for them, and then I sent them the entire video because I was like, look, I don't want you to take her out of context. Even though she's being absolutely awful and horrific with what she's saying, I still don't want you to misconstrue that I'm trying to make her look like an awful person to you. But this is the issue. This is wrong. And
these are the things she actually said.
Yes. And it's like, okay, I am going to cite my sources, and they still don't seem to give a shit that their top earner, and maybe that's what it is. She brings them in a bunch of money, and everyone can argue back and forth. Oh, she's not the top earner, whatever. She brings in a shit ton of money for Prove It. And maybe that's what prevents them from holding her accountable, because they don't want to give up the money. I don't know, but it speaks so loudly to me, and it just makes me ragey. Oh my God. Live chat. What do y'all think? I'm going to try to put
lots of good stuff in here.
Yeah. Dude, that's a good question. I might be taking it a bit far, but is this kind of stuff what her crowd responds to? If you watched Erin's video, she went through more of the marketing side. She calls it like shock. What is it? Shock marketing, where she'll say something crazy. Not crazy. She'll say something wild and inappropriate, and then she will follow it up with a ketones pitch or a pitch about her opportunity. And then she'll say something shocking, and then she follows it up with something else. So it was interesting to watch from a marketing perspective because I hadn't picked that up before. Because mostly I'm saying, like, are people watching because they just can't look away? I don't know.
And that's what Jana's saying. She does this for shock so that they come back and see what she's going to say next. But then in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm someone that regularly watches Jessie Lee's stories because it is a bit of a spectacle and I want to see what's going on. But I understand that our values don't align and it's never going to convince me all of a sudden to sign up for her program or for her downline. Like, I don't understand that, but maybe I am just in like a different category of people than her target market.
Yeah. So if you're just joining us, and hello to the Queen Savannah. Savannah covered Jessie Lee Ward's live as well. We're watching some of Jessie Lee Ward's TikToks where she is talking about people groups and her boyfriend in a way that supports that what she really believes, it seems like, about others. And it seems like she has a very low opinion of some people from different cultural groups or nationalities, and it's pretty awful how she describes people. So, and Andy's Web said, if this person worked at my business, immediate termination. There would be no amount of apology or backtracking that would get my company back in good standards with them still working for me.
100%.
Yep. Aaron saying, that was so eye-opening. So glad she pointed out the tactics. Yep. It was so eye-opening to me too. Because if you don't notice it, you're just like, oh my gosh, that was so shocking. Oh my gosh, that was so shocking. And then when Erin kind of like with her cool demeanor was like, shock
They
value,
learned this.
pitch, shock value, pitch. And it's like, oh my gosh, there's a pattern. This is wild. So here we go.
For the first 6 weeks of our relationship, by the way, I literally thought he was lying about being Jewish. Because I know you haven't seen what he looks like, but my friends who have, he is Sephardic Jew. And his dad is 100% Iraqi. He's Arab!
Why would it matter?
That's
what I was going to ask. Like, who cares? You
cares.
go to date someone, you're like, can I see your passport?
Yeah. I want to look at your bloodline to make sure. What does that sound like? It sounds like a member of the KKK.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Or I'm thinking like Nazi Germany, but yeah.
Yes. It's like
you have to do the ancestry DNA test if you want to date me. I need to know.
Oh my God. When someone sent me this, I was like, because I know it was pretty shocking when I watched the live, and then they sent me 4 of these TikToks, and I was like, oh my God. It gets worse. Yes. Yep. Blood test, please. Apparently so. It's so wild. It's so wild to listen to her. It's just, okay.
Got the best of both worlds. Because Israeli men like really powerful women. Arab men, not so much. They don't like it. Arab men have weird complexes around powerful women. It's a problem. So I got like this super spicy hot, super delicious Israeli Jewish, raised Orthodox Jew, but he is like, he would not identify as Arab. I'm just talking about his blood.
He would not identify as Arab, but to her, which I guess matters more than what he wants, to her, he's Arab. Wow. It's just, you literally could like break down every single thing she's saying.
No. People in the chat are saying that he did a blood test. Did she make him do that?
Really? No way.
Somebody send me the proof.
Someone send us an Instagram DM if you have that proof.
Oh my God.
Great question. How do you think that Black, Indigenous, and persons of color on her team feel? That's a great question. And as someone who claims to want to be an inclusive team, it certainly isn't. What she's saying is not being backed up with what she's doing here. Yes, he did the blood test. Oh, the DNA, the genetic one. Oh my God. I remember this now. I forgot. Because she was talking about percentages. Why would you make your boyfriend do a blood test?
I hate that.
Oh my God. She said it on the other lives, and they both took DNA tests and found that she was more Jewish than him.
Oh, okay. I do remember. Maybe in the video Savannah did, she mentioned that. Jessie mentioned that. Something about being more Jewish, because I do remember that comment.
Oh my God. It's like so many things like short-circuited my brain, and then it's like there's even more to uncover in that.
Well, a lot of the time she says stuff and it just goes over my head because she just says so many like blasphemous things that I'm like, oh, whatever.
Yep.
But now I'm like, okay, we're piecing it together.
Yep. Oh my God. Yep. And Sky said, I would fucking hate it. I would no longer associate with her, anyone from that group of friends. Yep. Yep. They both did a DNA test and genetic testing to find out if they have anything like cancer or other illnesses that would show up later in life. And that's why I think she had preemptive surgery. Interesting.
Right.
Yep. Because you're, because you're a racist who believes in eugenics, that is a question that we're all wondering. Okay. Jessie Lee.
And now it's been 4 months and he cannot go away. I wouldn't kill him, but I'd hire somebody to kill him. So, the rest is history. So the answer?
Why are you joking about that online?
Also, like, how does that make him feel? Because I'm just thinking if my partner made a video being like, if Danielle ever broke up with me, I'd kill her. Like, I would be like, this guy needs help.
No, haven't you seen that Jeopardy, that guy who was on Jeopardy who ended up unaliving
killing his wife?
Yes, killing his wife.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I think we're far enough into the video now. It's okay. But he said that, and then 6 weeks later, or however many, or a year later, whatever it was, she's not here anymore. And like, you don't joke about that stuff.
Exactly. That's like red flag number 1.
Yep.
Is Bumble. The freaking love of my life was on Bumble. Had to get stung a lot first, though.
Okay, let me put the next one in. Live chat. Oh, wait, let me see what y'all voted on the poll. Everyone knows who Jessie Lee Ward is. Love to hear it.
I have 75%, but I think there's 12 votes. So there's like 3 people that don't know. So welcome
to the shit show. Welcome to the shit show.
Send help.
Yes, DNA tests are cool, but it feels like she was doing it because she was hyper focused on proving him wrong, that he couldn't have been Jewish, even though that he has no shame, and nor should you have shame being whatever ethnicity you are.
Exactly.
And you heard him on the live. If you turn up what he said when she was saying, if he had a problem with it, he would just tell me. And then I would say, I'm sorry. And then she turns around to him and she said, you tell me, right? And you hear him in the background and he was kind of like talking lower, but you could hear that he wasn't okay with what she was saying and how she was talking about him. And it's like, this is the wrong way to be carrying out this conversation online.
Stevie, you and me both. You and me both. I kind of missed my life before I knew who she was.
I just sucked Danielle right into it. Or I guess I think Danielle and I found each other because Danielle, you covered Jessie.
Yeah,
Lee,
so
right?
I saw Savannah's video and then I was like, I hadn't done any anti-MLM. I was only in the coaching stuff, but I had followed anti-MLM for a long time. So I saw Savannah's video and I was like, I got a few things to say about this. And then it kind of just took off from there. So
that's awesome. As an Orthodox Jew, I can tell you that he's more than 3% Jewish because his mom would be Jewish. Thank you for saying that. Micaiah said, honestly, those type of jokes are never funny, but it hit especially hard for me because my dad was actually shot by my mom a couple of weeks ago. This stuff happens in real life and it's not funny at all. I'm so sorry that happened, Micaiah.
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
And you're right. And it's like, I hope more people speak up because Jessie Lee has on multiple times threatened to do something to someone she loves or said that someone she loves is going to do something to someone else. She said that her boyfriend would do something permanent to somebody else if they tried to get with her or something like that. And it's like, you're not, don't play around with stuff like this. Oh my God. Okay, local video. There's 4 of these, so hydrate. Make sure, or if this is too much, hop out of the video. Okay. All right. Here we go. My husband is 3rd generation Italian American. I probably would have been screamed out of the house if I demanded a DNA test from him to prove his ethnicity. It's wild to think about. It's wild to think that she's what forced him to do it. I don't think he'd leave her. I actually think he's going to try to rush her to the altar so he can scam her out of her money. Yeah, I don't know if he's scammy or not, because maybe he is, you know? I guess I'm like hyper, like I believe the best in people sometimes. Yeah. I can't help it. But like the way he sounded so like, I don't know, subdued, like when he was saying those comments in the background, I'm like, gosh, I hope that he's not stuck. And maybe he is stuck. I don't know. But all right, here we go. Oh God.
Baby.
Oh.
Apparently I'm racist and I don't like Jews.
Says who?
This lady, Hillbrook.
I mean, and probably everyone on our channel, or my channel, and I think probably Danielle's channel.
Like, you literally said that yourself. So.
Yeah. I mean,
nothing in that video says anything about the Jews, okay? I have preferences on the kinds of people I like, just like you probably do, okay? So me saying that I'm unattracted to Jewish people as a whole has nothing to do with the kinds of people that they are. I think they're wonderful people. I'm stuck with one! Ah!
Sorry for the screaming. Apologies.
Headphone warning.
She is going to underplay like the impact of what she said, but she was using things that have been used to dehumanize Jewish people as a commentary on why she liked him, because he did not fit those stereotypes or those caricatures that were drawn to dehumanize Jewish people. So he was talking about that his nose wasn't that big, when she's playing into these ideas of these cartoons and this propaganda that was created to dehumanize Jewish people. So it's like, I don't want to speak for Jewish people. I'm just saying, like, what she has said cannot be unsaid, and then it can't be underplayed because it's awful what she said. Sorry, I'm not being very, I'm just mad.
My house turned into a flippin' Hanukkah home. What are you talking about, you ridiculous human being? I hate comments like this. It's like I make one video where I say I'm attracted to Arab men, I'm attracted to whatever I'm attracted to, or whatever you're attracted to, and why is that racist? That is not racist! Racist and I can't say the word, baby, say the word.
Anti-Semitic?
That one is Kanye West. Go cancel him. Don't worry about canceling Jessie Lee. I love the Jews. I love one Jew.
I love one. Okay. Okay.
And that's not Jew.
Oh, sorry, DM. Oh my God, sorry. I just picked up my daughter from her Jewish school, and just wow, there's none of what she said that is okay. And again, if I get something wrong, or please live chat,
correct
to the
me.
Conversation, because
always correct me.
We're all learning together, and we're trying to speak up when we can, because this is just. And it feels it's odd to be gaslit, to say like, this is racist behavior. She is being overtly anti-Semitic, and then for her to say, I'm not. This other person is. Don't look at me. And it's like, no, we're looking at you. You were the one that did it.
Exactly. And I think that's like the number one trait that any like racist shares, is they always start with, I'm not racist, but.
Yeah. I'm
blah,
not
blah,
racist. Blah. I have this friend. I'm not
exactly.
racist. I am dating this person. It's like, well, two things can be true about the same time. And just because you're with someone doesn't mean that you're not doing that. Like, I don't. Yep. And then Micaiah said, quote, I'm not racist. I'm just saying that he doesn't fit into the ugly stereotype of Jewish people. Geez. And Micaiah was typing that in a sarcastic way to overplay what Jessie Lee Ward was saying, if you are just listening to us and not looking at the screen. Yep. And racists and anti-Semites never think they are. Yep.
100%.
That's Jew.
Okay, here's the next one. Remove source. Okay, let me get a little bit ahead because it looks like a screen recording. There we go.
Find that people that hate Jews don't fall in love with them. Anyone else with me? Yeah, stay tuned. So I was perusing my comments and I was like, oh, another idiot. And I figured, oh my gosh, let me just address this one more time. I said Jew because he's a Jew. That's like, hey, I'm Christian. You don't like my tonality? I don't really give
Wouldn't it? Okay, never
a
mind.
crap about it. What I would like to do is point you guys to some resources that may help you. So I am dating a Jewish man for the first time in my entire life. That's a lie. I dated a Jew when I was 15.
Oh my god.
Who cares?
I can't be an anti-Semitic person because I've dated 2 Jewish people. Literally, oh my god. Literally the logic is so faulty. And here's the thing, live chat, and correct me, I know I have some people who are Jewish who, and I'm not trying to say you need to teach me because I'm trying to learn. But in my mind, if I'm not, I thought that the more respectful way to describe someone who is Jewish is to say they're Jewish. And the way that Jessie Lee Ward says it, a Jew, I thought that someone who isn't Jewish, that was more disrespectful. That might just be like a nuanced way to say it. I'm not sure. I just thought that she was being more disrespectful. She could have been more respectful the way she said it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Jessica's right. I can't be racist. I have a black friend. It's giving the same vibes.
Yep. She dated 2. So woke. Yep. Apparently that's what she's saying. And again, like I like having more of these kind of conversations, or at least when we can, because the more that these kind of conversations hopefully that happen where people are standing up for those who are being persecuted, targeted, and stuff like that it gives other people the space to do it too, and gives them the courage to speak up or stand up for someone who's being harmed. No, it's offensive to say Jew like that. It's gross. Thank you for telling me that. Okay, and someone else said, same applies to Latinx. The meaning of the word Jew is neutral. It connotates whatever you personally attach to it. I think what I'm saying is the tone of voice communicates something too. And that it seems the way that she's saying it, and I know she's probably going to be like, oh, now they're critiquing how I say stuff. It freaking matters. You communicate with not just your words. You communicate with your tone of voice. You communicate by not saying something sometimes. You can communicate all different kinds of ways. And it's coming across. And I think it depends
on context too. Because even in like her second video where she's going on, like, why is this person calling me racist? All I said was XYZ. It's like, it's the context in which you said it. Yep. The point of your whole video is coming off as racist. So
yeah. Yep. And here's the thing too. If there's something that is easily being taken a different way, and you're with someone who's part of a marginalized group of people who is the recipient of racist / anti-Semitic comments, why would you not want to go out of your way to make sure that you're not only holding space for your boyfriend and saying like, we don't do that shit here. We respect people here. And it's not coming across that way. She's, I don't know. I know I'm not in her life or whatever, but her platform is so big. She's influencing so many people with these ideas that dehumanize others. And that's the issue.
And if I show up as your leader creating content like this, that's just like green lighting it for you to go ahead and do the same thing.
Yep. Her tone is very communicative.
Anyway, I fell in love with a Jew for the first time in my life. That's all I really wanted to say for a second. I have found that there are some things that we are like different in. And so there are some resources I want to give you guys if you are maybe also in an interfaith relationship that could help you. An anti-Semite would, first of all, obviously not even date a Jew, not touch a Jew, not have anything to do with the Jew. But obviously I love to do things with this Jew. Wow!
again, the dehumanizing. It's dehumanizing the way that she's talking about it. It's the same as like, I'm not explaining it very well because I'm kind of nervous, but it feels disrespectful to me. Maybe someone in the live chat can communicate it better. And Erin said, "Hello, Erin. She has a sense of responsibility with what she puts out, especially because of her following."
100%. But does she live up to that? No.
Yep. It's exactly the same as when she said, "I'm not homophobic. I have a lesbian. I have a gay. I have all the gays." Yep. And again, let me ask you this. If you're in power balance is something too. Sometimes the power balance is so in favor of one person that the person being targeted doesn't feel like they safely can speak up or say you are being racist, or you are being anti-Semitic, or you are being whatever. You're dehumanizing me. They don't feel like they can speak up. We've seen people get banned or shunned from the empire. We've seen it in other groups too, where you try to speak up to the leader, to the person in power, and it doesn't go so well. It's a form of fetishization, Micaiah. And if you don't know, I've put the definitions in the description for fetishization, racism, bigotry, and anti-Semitism. So if people need to reference them, they're there. This is very similar to racist people are in the KKK. I'm not in the KKK, therefore I'm not racist. Yep, it's a logical fallacy. Yes, that's how it is coming across the way that she's saying it. Like he's a monkey at the zoo, not a human being. And if you're saying something that dehumanizes others, you need to take a step back and rethink it, because why would you want to participate in language that dehumanizes someone else unless you just don't give a shit? Oh my God. There we go.
But I'm going to help you guys with a couple things, all right? So I realized I didn't know anything, basically. So I kind of knew what kosher was. What I've decided to do was start to actually get to know a lot more about Jewish customs and traditions. So here are some things to do. I first of all started Googling. I want to know exactly what kosher was, because he is 100% kosher. A really good resource that also helped me is actually Melinda Strauss. You can follow her here on Instagram, whatever. I watch every single one of her TikToks because I want to learn to make it a more comfortable environment for him. Example, I learned about sinks, I learned about dairy versus meat, I learned about making sure that Hanukkah is a certain way, making sure when you do certain things with Shabbat Shalom and what happens then, and using lights to turn off the lights, all kinds of stuff. You just gotta watch her, okay? I also wanted to make Hanukkah really special, so I learned how to cook challah, and this is the Hamsa necklace that he gave me, okay?
It feels disrespectful, like the way that she is saying this. It seems like she is making fun of the way that things are pronounced.
It's a mockery. Absolutely.
It's just wild. Again, if you're just joining us, there's a content warning / trigger warning for this video. Jessie Lee Ward being anti-Semitic and participating in fetishization of her boyfriend, racist.
Yeah, Niz, I feel the same way. I can't imagine talking about my partner like this. That's exactly what I'm thinking as I'm watching this. I'm like, he would be so embarrassed if I went on the internet and was like, my boyfriend is from Mexico. And then I start like dancing around while I'm speaking Spanish. Like,
yeah,
it's awful.
Yep. Yeah, exactly, Lan. Why are you spitting the words? It's just, it's rude. She's talking about someone's beliefs like they are facts that she learns about people. It's weird. And she's trying to use it to prop up her position that she's not an anti-Semitic person or
did
racist.
All this work to learn all this stuff about Jewish people, so I am fine.
Yeah. And again, her number one like gotcha moment was, how can I be an anti-Semitic person? I'm sleeping with this guy. So, you know, if I was, I wouldn't even want to touch him. And it's like the fact that you're even saying this is disrespectful. It's just wrong. It is the issue. We even celebrate Halloween. My BFF is the biggest Christmas holiday fan, and she's 100% Jewish. All right, here we go. Pressing play.
I wish you were right in front of me, Ashley Brooks, so I could have just spat all over you, by the way, but that's a side note.
That's assault and battery, but okay.
What?
But I also found this Instagram page called Your Jewish Life, and I love watching it as well because, again, there's customs and traditions. And the thing is, you don't want somebody to feel uncomfortable. So as an example, when he came to our Christmas dinner, my best friend made sure when she made the charcuterie board, we had it totally kosher. Everything was completely separate, no meat touching anything, really important. And
I hope she bought actually a new board to put that on, because it's not... It's a whole thing. If people who are serious about being kosher, it's not something to like play house with. It's a big deal to people who are Jewish and 100% kosher. It's not just like, oh my gosh, I watched it. It's like they don't, and that's being respectful to their beliefs. It's just, okay. God. I don't know, Dave. It's wild. It's wild. It apparently things are the Wild West on TikTok. This is honestly reminding me of a family member, quote, "Oh, I love the gays. I support the trans community," end quote. Then makes homophobic and transphobic comments and is offended when called out on it. Yep. She doesn't deserve access to that page when she's making fun of their culture. Yep. I just fell on the floor. You don't want someone to feel uncomfortable? Yep. It's just...
I think we're a little late for that.
Yep.
And also, we did not serve any kind of pork at all at the entire meal, so we actually ended up doing prime rib to make sure he was comfortable as well. But I'm anti-Jewish. Do go on. Anyway, I'm sure there are more things, and if you have other questions, you can. As I continue to find more resources for people who maybe do not have experience in this, like I did not, I will help you, so you can follow along for that, because this man's here for the long haul.
Oh my God. Okay.
Now I am an expert in Judaism, and I will be starting my own TikTok page to teach everyone, just to prove how great I am.
Great.
That's
Great,
the vibe
Jessie
it's giving
Lee.
me.
Yep. All right, here we go. Number 4.
Her savior complex is showing.
Yep. And yes, exactly. Different sets of dishes. A lot of times, sometimes they even have separate washers so that they don't contaminate, or there's no cross contamination. Sometimes they have separate refrigerators just to make sure. It's a big deal. All right. I know it's a lot. If y'all need to hop out, for sure. Hope you have a good day. It's insane to see how different views on stuff are in the USA compared to Europe. Greetings from Czechia. Have a nice day. You as well. All right. I'm going to say a huge no spank you to that one, Jessie Lee Ward. Yep. You wouldn't ever have pork in your home to keep kosher, I believe. I think so. Oh, I think there's only 4. So don't worry. We'll find something else. It's going to be, we're going to see how long.
Danielle I love this so much. I just want to talk a little bit about it, because this comment, I love.
The comment said, I love this. The way you want to learn how to make him comfortable is so something. I can't read it. If y'all are making a TikTok, why are you putting the thing you're responding to in the area that gets covered up?
It says, so sweet. He is so lucky.
Okay. I'm glad Danielle can see, because I obviously cannot.
I spend way too much time on TikTok.
No, we need a professional here. We do need a professional. I'm unlearning racism, and a huge part of that is centering myself from any conversation. I'm not an expert. I need to listen. I love that. That's amazing. My friend is a rabbi at a big university, and they have to have like 4 different water kettles for the super Orthodox. That's a lot. It drives me crazy when WW decided to be a resource for something that they're not a part of because they did 5 minutes of research. That's how any of this works. Oh, that's not how any of this works. Yep. All right, let's go.
This way you want to learn how to make him comfortable is so sweet. He's a lucky guy. I think is something that more people should do, but not enough people know how to. And here's what I mean by that.
No, the answer should be it's the bare minimum of what I should do if I love someone. That's the bare minimum of wanting for them to be comfortable. I feel like, because she's about to say how incredible she is. And it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like if you are in a partnership with someone, isn't the bare minimum wanting them to be comfortable in the house that y'all share together? Maybe that's a wild perspective. I'm not sure.
No.
Oh,
I
white
would
women.
say.
Okay. Thank you, Stevie. Appreciate it. Sorry, I'm still learning. Thank y'all for translating for me. So let me reread it. It drives me crazy when white women decide to be a resource for something that they're not a part of because they did 5 minutes of research. That's not how any of this works. Thank you so much. I'm not good with abbreviations sometimes, so when y'all can write it out, that's the best. And now I know for the future, so thank you.
Like, the reason I started doing things like this is because I realized many years ago that the way that maybe things are in America or the way I was raised is just the way that I was raised. So that's how belief systems are made, right? Like, a lot of people don't think about this, but the reason why you believe a certain thing is because that is how you were taught.
He is a lucky guy. Ma'am?
So when I started traveling internationally, actually my first time I traveled international was 2010. I went to Argentina for the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, we are so different and we are so flippin' alike. It is unbelievable. And so just because I couldn't speak Spanish, I could still feel people's energy. I still understood what a smile meant. I still understood all these things. And it really stuck out in my mind because I'm like, oh my gosh, why don't you just get to know what these people care about, what they think about, what their perspective is on things? And so I say this all the time. I actually use this as an example between Palestine and Israel because there was a big conversation going on in my live video the other day. I said, you are not ever going to convince me, who has a number one core value of kindness, for the record, personal core value number one is kindness, that any group of people is evil.
Since when?
Oh my God.
Please demonstrate an example of any time you've been kind, please.
Oh my God.
For the class.
Yep. Janet,
sorry,
now she
that's
has
comical.
to talk about herself.
I am so great. Go me.
I see it all the time with our culture. People who do a quick Google learn, then they become experts and then accidentally actually insult. Wow. And again, I don't want to burn my channel down, okay? I know that this is an incredibly painful, sensitive topic between Palestine and Israel. So I want to acknowledge that, and we're going to finish listening to it, but please just be warned, Jessie Lee Ward's going to be saying offensive stuff, and the lack of respect that she has for people maybe is a precursor to know that she is not going to give the situation the knowledge or tact it deserves. So I'm just going to say that. Was she kind when she mentioned wanting to burn my house down, allegedly? You know, that's a great question, Aaron. Yep.
Should I put a poll in the chat?
Yes. Oh, I'm going to put a poll in the chat right now. Was JLW kind when she mentioned wanting to burn Aaron B's house down, allegedly? I just asked the community. No bad groups, Nazis. Oh, that's right. They were good people on both sides. Awful. Again, that same thing of people picking up an ideology from a leader, and then the undue influence and the brainwashing, and then people participating and doing awful things to other people. And it's like, no, we're going to speak up. We're going to speak up as we learn to speak up, and then hold space so that people who are experts can speak up. Oh my God. All right.
No race, no gender, no religion, no sexuality, none of this stuff. You cannot convince me. It's like we choose to not pay attention to certain things. Like the people who hate the Muslims, they hate the these, they hate the like whatever. it's like, and they idolize white men. I'm like, white men are the ones who in America are blowing up schools, but you don't ever talk about them. And they're not even on the news anymore because for whatever reason, we've normalized this. We pay attention to certain terror attacks, certain wars, certain genocides, certain whatever. The whole world is imperfect and there are evil people everywhere. And so when I am friends with somebody, it's not even a romantic relationship. I stop, I slow down and I say, tell me about you. Tell me how to talk to you. Tell me.
No, in her podcast, she specifically said she wants to know every single thing about it so that she can file it away and that she can properly motivate them or encourage them in her business. That everything is strategic and a manipulation. She said that on her podcast. So when she's saying here, I slow down and when I ask people about their stuff, no, you don't. Not out of the goodness of your heart, out of being strategic. God. And it's like, the frustrating thing is acting like we don't remember what you said or that you don't have every single podcast, the past 600 podcasts you've done saved on the internet for us to listen to. It's like, come on, we're not, I don't know, we're not like clueless. We don't, it's like, it's just frustrating.
The internet is forever.
Yep.
Flash if anyone didn't know.
Yep.
Tell me what you care about. Tell me what you like. A good friend of mine talks about how the reason he's so good at sales is because he finds people's bunnies. And bunnies are not actual animals. What he's talking about when he's saying bunnies is he's saying, like, what are the things that people are hiding? What are the things that people are really emotional about? What are the things that people feel like they would be so weird if people knew about? So I like knowing about your weird spices and your weird religion things and
your weird spices and your weird religion things? Are you serious?
I hate this.
We freaking hate it here, but we brought everyone here with us.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't, like, why would you say it? It's just culturally different. And she's saying, oh, weird. Are you serious?
Exactly.
It's
If you are not the same as me, it's weird.
Apparently. This woman is beyond. It's wild. And Genevieve said they stopped showing the school 𝐔𝐒𝐄 because I know YouTube's very sensitive about that, to stop making the culprits the star of the show. These men would weirdly become infamous. Yep. Oh my God.
you're weird, whatever, because I think that's the only way that humanity comes together. And I really think there's a lot of hate in the world because you don't travel.
It's a lot of hate in the world because you are dehumanizing people and then sharing it on a huge platform.
You perpetuate the hate.
Yes. The fact that she has these awful perspectives about people from different countries and she travels so much and she's still this out of touch is beyond. Oh my God. I have a bachelor's and almost done with my master's. I speak on what I know, and if I don't know the answer, I ask. It's annoying when people try to school me on my degree. It's 100 times worse when it comes to your race/religion.
Exactly.
Yep, she's grossed out. She was so grossed out by the spices he put on everything.
Yeah, she was talking about the za'atar that he put in her eggs, and she was like, I only eat salt and pepper in my eggs. Why would he do that?
It's freaking wild. It's so rude. Baby Snark is not here for it. Oh my God.
Oh my God. We just needed to lighten the mood a little bit. Baby Snark just, had to. It's wild. Oh no, you're good. I'm totally happy to edit as I read. No biggie at all. I want people to feel free to type and stream of consciousness and do what you can, and I don't take it for granted that people even type in the live chat at all, so I'm good. I'm sure she'll need
your ignorance for sure.
Yep. It's a great comment. And I know it's a process. If you've grown up in a sheltered area, or if you have grown up with certain things in place that you've never been challenged by something or seen something, or a lot of times we need help in processing through stuff or learning to logic or saying treating people like this is wrong. And then as you grow and you unlearn stuff, That's incredible. And hopefully we get to do it sooner rather than later. Having conversations like this maybe opens the door a little bit to start for others to start having these conversations. I don't think I'm the perfect person to do that, but like, I think we're all learning together and we'll fall on our face together and like figure shit out. Oh my God. It's giving, look at all the places and people I've been and judged through my window. What, a mirror? Ew, no, that's just for makeup. Yep.
If you look at America, 40% of Americans do not own a passport. Do you have one?
Yep.
40% of Americans do not own an active passport, which means 60% of Americans think that America is the whole world. So I've never had that perspective, and for me, it's like, tell me about you, tell me where you're from, tell me what you believe in, tell me what you know is true, and then I'm gonna tell you what I know, what I love, what I believe in, what I think is true, and then let's find a middle ground. And you might be amazed at the things that you like, the people that you see, the people that are close to you, if you would just let people in. And so this has always been my perspective. And so when anybody tries to say, racist, isn't like this, isn't like that, I'm not perfect, I mess up, but I'm always willing to learn. And
Are you always willing to learn? Because the block button seems to be getting worn out on your channel, ma'am. Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm going to call BS on that one.
Yeah, I mean, and literally I've had I mean, again, I'm going to be like, I'm perfect. No. I've had so many moments where people have sent me private DMs about stuff and it's been a conversation back and forth, or they've even let me know in the live chat. I know Stevie's let me know some stuff. I know Harper has. The door's open and hopefully we can have a respectful conversation. But it's still like, I don't know everything. And I certainly don't want to pollute the waters by sharing something on a platform that harms someone else, that participates and perpetuates an idea that targets another group. I would never want to do that. Oh, Jessie Lee.
challenge you guys to do the same. Oh, I love this so much. I just want to talk.
Stop it. Stop it. Okay,
Make
remove.
it stop!
God. Oh my God. All right, let me flip this. Oh, what would be on this side? Nope. I'm trying to go on your side, but I can't. All right, let me flop myself around.
Yeah, so Lindsay is saying you don't need to travel to know that the world exists outside of your own bubble, and traveling does not mean that you're learning about the world. 100%. We see this all the time. People traveling to different countries and then spending that time associating with people of their own country. For context, I used to live in Vietnam. I lived there for a year, and I would see this in the expat community. So North Americans that lived in Asia hanging out with other North Americans that also lived in Asia. So sure, you lived in Asia for however many years, but if you're only associating with people of your own culture, are you really traveling the world and growing as an individual?
Yep, that's a great point. Andy, thank you so much for the super chat. They said, I don't like dill, but I don't go around criticizing and mocking the people of the Mediterranean. Exactly. Oh my God. Well, live chat, you get the benefit of being in control of this adventure. We have a little bit of time left. What would y'all like to review next? I guess probably we're going to stay in the Jessie Lee Ward bubble. But anybody on their team that y'all want to take a look at, we are open to that. And we'll let y'all control the adventure real quick while I close out these video files on my end so I don't just take up all the RAM. And
a lot of people are making similar sentiments in the comments, just saying that, like, just because you don't travel doesn't mean you don't understand that there's a world. I mean, I think with the internet nowadays, it's like, it's your own ignorance. If you're not taking the time to learn that kind of stuff, you don't necessarily have to have a passport and travel to other countries in order to learn those things.
Yeah, and it's about being respectful of other people. And I don't know, when I was so little and we didn't like something, or like my dad would be eating whatever, something spicy, and we'd be like, oh, that's gross. And he's like, it's not gross just because you don't like it. Somebody else likes this type of food. And so be respectful of others in your words and how you talk about other things, because what you're saying is communicating something to someone else. Not in like a hyper focus, like, oh my gosh, I'm walking on eggshells, I don't want to offend anyone. But like, be respectful of other people, and just have a broader perspective that the world doesn't fucking revolve around you. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm so heated right now. Live chat, you better give us a suggestion on who to watch. Please. And thank you. Stevie, thank you so much for the super chat. That's so kind of you. Oh. You're so nice. Thank you. Who voted yes? I think it probably was a slip of the finger. I just ended the poll on my chat, and I think someone accidentally pressed yes, that it was nice, but I think it's just a slip of the finger. That's what we say around my house. Awesome. Maybe people, I think maybe you read this. Maybe people don't travel because we don't provide health care and the federal minimum wage is still $7.25. Not because Americans don't know about the rest of the world. That's a great point, Micaiah. The Zatar thing made me laugh because Sephardim or Jews of the Middle East make fun of how unspiced food of Jews from Europe. I am Ashkenazi from Europe. Thank you for telling us that. When I was young, I loved Japan. Even before the internet, I went out of my way to learn about their culture. And guess what? I didn't have a passport. Peep on Courtney Shortney. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Facebook.
Aaron has spoken.
It's like first person to say it. Let's go. Aaron, if you want to hop on, you're more than welcome to. Just let us know if you want me to send you the link. All right. Let's go to Courtney. Let me open this up in Google Chrome so it doesn't share.
I'll be right back. The fire inspector's here.
Okay. All right. She'll be right back. I'm going to open this up in Google Chrome. I think. Oh, God. Let me just check my text messages from my boss. Okay. Do-do-do. Hopefully I can sign in. I'll hop on for a few. Okay. Let me send it. Got the link. Instagram. I'm sending it on Instagram, Aaron. If that's okay. Aaron. All right. You're golden. It needs to be in Google Chrome because Safari is a brat to it. A brat to the program. Log in. God. Approve. Login code. Yes, that was me. Yes, that was me. Let me log in. This was me. Hence, I'm in the same location as my phone. Okay, you gonna let me in? Great, let's go. Okay, share. Screen. Let me get to, oh, hell yeah. What? Cancel, hold on. Look who is that? Oh my God.
We love it. We love it.
We've got Aaron. Your hair is incredible. And the fact that it's like your whole shirt hair thing going on. I love like the fade on the sides.
Thank you. I had to go short. I was considering, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. I was considering growing my hair out. Let me actually turn my mic on. So.
Sounds good.
I was considering growing my hair out, and the back of it was driving me nuts. So I was like, no, we won't be doing it. So we chopped it.
I love it. Well, it looks so good.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, it's been a show on with Jessie Lee Ward today. I don't even know what to say at this point, but we're gonna
just from what I saw, it's been a wild ride apparently.
So let me ask you a nosy question really quickly. When you were in the Empire, did she display these like these kind of racist tendencies or this hyper like preference with nationalities and stuff like that?
Not publicly.
Okay.
I think that a lot of what we're seeing publicly, she used to, and this is just my opinion, she would do in private chats and stuff. So a lot of the things that we're seeing publicly, I would see little bits and pieces of it in like private chats and stuff.
Did it make other people uncomfortable, or was the power dynamic so like out of whack that she had so much power that nobody really like
Challenged her.
or
I think
what
a
do you-
little bit of both, honestly. I
Okay.
think that there's definitely been times, just looking back, where she made people uncomfortable, you know, like when she did blackface, and there were several of us that were like, don't do it. And she was like, there's nothing wrong with it. I asked a bunch of people in the Black community if, you know, actually, I think she said something like, I asked my Black friends. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I surveyed 5 people and they said it was
Right.
fine. So
Yeah.
Or when she trashed Dennis Rodman and she was so excited to go take his picture and then absolutely just destroyed him
Trashed
in the caption.
Yeah. And let's also, I know that a lot of this live stream we've been talking about, or you guys have been talking about, like context and looking at the full scope of what's being said, how is it being said, and all of that stuff. Also, thank you guys for the compliments on my hair. I appreciate you. You have to remember that at that time, in case you guys aren't aware, number one, y'all already know I'm a basketball fan. I actually have the NCAA tournament playing on it right now. It's just me.
Yes,
I'm
that's
like,
awesome.
LSU in Utah, but women's, of course. But
Yes.
anyways, around that time that she was, in my opinion, trashing Dennis Rodman, was around the time of the Black Lives Matter movement was really amplifying their message. And Dennis Rodman is somebody very important to the Black community because of what he did, because of who he became, because of just all of it. He's somebody that is valued as a Black man within the Black community and within the basketball community as well. And so to run out, exactly, Stevie, to run out because he was in her area. One, she's not even a sports fan. So it's just a celebrity she's chasing.
Yeah.
And not to understand the full context of what Dennis Rodman did on that basketball court and just giving the respect for the work that was done. And then to talk about, you know, this man was drunk at like 9 a.m. and thinking that is okay. To me, I mean, one, I'm a huge part of the basketball community. Like, not a huge part, but I'm a part of the basketball community. So somebody that would go to the gym at all hours of the night to study how the ball came off the rim so that he could understand how to rebound and where to be, that's somebody that is perfecting their craft and has earned their way to all of these titles and stuff. Anyways, I just feel like it was disrespectful, but you also have to look at the time frame and what was going on and the type of social movements that were happening at the time and how disrespectful it is to the Black community in that time frame. You just have to, I know I got kind of long-winded, but like you have to look at the whole picture of it, just like what you guys have been talking about on this live stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the post so people can see it. I'm just gonna see if it'll populate. Here we go.
And Stevie says also because Dennis Rodman is a queer icon. Absolutely.
Yep. Here we go. Let me try to make it bigger for everybody.
Oh, this infuriates me.
So here's the picture. And I'm sorry it's a little bit small. Let me see if I can make it.
Do you know how cool it would be to sit down and have a conversation with that man?
Yeah, it would be incredible. And I'm not even, I mean, I'm more of a basketball fan because I'm trying to fix this. My dad has always, like, he and his mom, Boston Celtics fan for forever. And just like we watched basketball growing up. I didn't play, but it was just, I don't know. It's like, it was just disrespectful what she did. But here's what she wrote. I was at my salon yesterday and Joanne got a call from a client that had just left to let me know that Dennis Rodman was down the block. And this was done May 30th, 2020. And I think that the murder that had happened was on the 26th. So the dates were very close together. So this was strategic. This post that she was doing was absolutely strategic, in my opinion. And it's rude. It's just awful. I walked out and just wanted a quick photo to send to my brother. I mean, hello, childhood heroes, Nathan. I got the photo, obviously. The next part, I don't know how to appropriately write So bear with me. I ended up with him for 45 minutes, which sounds cool. We talked about things and I mostly observed. Whenever I see the posts like check on your strong friends or the reminders of social media being a highlight reel, I always think about how important that is. And yesterday was such a glaring example. Dennis was so kind, overwhelmingly so. He was charismatic and engaged in conversation, but he was absolutely hammered. At 9:30 in the morning, drunk out of his mind and looking for alcohol while carrying around a pet rock. She's being awful right now. I think sometimes we forget how human the disease of addiction is. I posted this photo in my story yesterday before the next 45 minutes would pass, and the messages of excitement were overwhelming. Literally thousands of responses. My God, I pray for this man. But I also want you to think about those suffering in silence who need you too. We're all human. We all are affected by addictions in some way, shape, or form. The world just needs a little more love, I think. That's so hypocritical. I truly hope he is able to work on the demons he battles with each day and can come out on top to once again inspire so many. The hypocrisy, just the disrespect, the fact that he spent 45 minutes with her and then she went off on him with her post, and she is positioning herself to basically look better because she, wasn't drunk that morning. And I'm sure there's more stuff there too. It's so gross with the way that she treated him.
First of all, okay, he was drunk at 9:30 a.m. I know lots of people that go on vacation that are drunk at 9:30 a.m.
Yep.
For us to have, one interaction with somebody that could be on vacation, who knows what was going on, and is drunk at 9:30 a.m. to assume,
make all these assumptions.
Exactly. That's better said than what I was going to say.
This was incredibly triggering for me. And I just it's not her place to be saying any of that. You're absolutely right. She's drawing conclusions unless I don't like it.
And to do it that post.
And to do it so close to all of this that was going around, and just the turmoil and the devastation of the Black community feeling so unsafe, and to see someone murdered, it was just it's distasteful, it's tactless, it's wrong, it's just it misses every single mark.
To me in that post was, she said, I put this in my stories yesterday and got thousands, or whatever quantity she mentioned in that post.
Yeah.
I got thousands or whatever of people excited. Well, that's why she posted it on her page, or what. I think that was from Facebook.
Yep.
That's why she posted it, because she knew it was going to be something that people reacted to. What she doesn't see is the people, no matter what color their skin color is, that are offended by that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were a lot of people that were offended by that.
Yeah. I bet there were. And it's is there room? She always talks about, hey, I'm teachable, I'm willing to listen, and she's not. She's going to block. She's going to be offended. She's going to take someone speaking up or standing up to her and shame them in front of her 100,000 plus following. At least I've seen that before.
Yeah.
And claim no wrong.
Yeah. Well, she has to position herself as the expert, in my opinion, in everything that she does, which is what we're seeing when she was talking about Jewish traditions. If you really look at what she does and how she does it, she has to. I'm sorry, rank makers, if you're in here, I'm going to say the word posture, but she has to posture herself as the expert, even if it's something that she's just now learning. First of all, there's nothing wrong with learning and not being the expert in things. That's, in my opinion, how everybody grows, and we learn to undo some of the things that we have learned, specifically racism, You know,
Sorry.
those things are learned, and you have to unlearn them. And the only way to do some of those things is to listen and understand that you're not the expert and to educate yourself. So I don't see that from her. I've never seen that from her. She learns
Yeah.
facts about people so she can manipulate people.
Yep. And she said she does that on her podcast. She says, like, and you know this because you were on her team, but I'm saying this information isn't secret. Like, it's not us making, like, I'm not figuring
drawing
this out and
conclusions.
I'm not drawing conclusions based on what I see. I'm listening to the words that came out of her mouth, and Erin can corroborate it because she was taught and she learned from the master manipulator herself.
Yeah.
So it's just and again, it's the influence she has, and that she continues to grow and negatively impact other people. And I know people who love Jessie Lee Ward are going to get offended that we're talking about her again, but racism should be called out, whoever the hell is doing it. So should anti-Semitism. So should bigotry. So should fetishization. It doesn't matter if the person that you like is doing it. And I'm not saying that it would be easy to speak up, because we see in the empire the power differential is in favor of Jessie Lee Ward. She holds all the power. She can cancel you or promote you. And sure, I'm sure it is scary, but hopefully more people will at least see that what she's doing is wrong.
Yeah. And I think because I wasn't covering her, there were a lot of people, I've talked about this before, there were a lot of people that reached out and were asking me to talk about what was going on with Jessie Lee, if I was going to talk about her cancer diagnosis and that kind of thing. And at the time, I had no plans. In fact, some of you probably messaged me and was like, hey, you're going to cover this? I probably said these exact words. I have no plans to cover her right now. The reason was I was hopeful that she was going to actually focus on herself and step away from social media, battle cancer, because we do want her to beat cancer.
Yep.
You know, we want that, all of us.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see what she was going to do. I wanted to see if she was going to, continue to say problematic, offensive things, or if she was going to focus on her. And if she was going to focus on her and stop offending large groups of people and selling her MLM scam. By the way, did you guys know that allegedly Terry LaCour's, you guys probably know this, Terry LaCour, the owner of Prove It, his facilities have increased amounts of lead, an undisclosed increased amount of lead. Did you guys know that increased, you know where I'm going, DeeCee?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you guys know that an increased, and I do with this information what you will, an increased amount of lead can cause cancer?
Holy shit.
Just process that for a second. But anyways, I wasn't going to cover it. I wasn't going to cover her because I didn't want to necessarily talk about somebody's health journey and make a video on it. But she's clearly not going to change. So
yep,
we're going to talk about it,
Yep. And then Clowntown posted a screenshot, and Erin shared it in our group chat we have. But it was basically, poor people are screwed in the healthcare system in the United States. Thank God I'm rich, because if I didn't have money, I would not be getting the care that I needed. And I'm going to show you how to be rich too. That was the vibe of what she said. Clowntown made a reel about it. And we were all like, what the hell? And again, I know I enrage the live chat all the time, because I'm like, I hope Jessie Lee Ward changes. I hope she pivots. I hope she stops treating people like dirt. I hope that she maybe wakes up one day and was like, holy crap, I'm going to stop taking advantage of people and having them sacrifice their time and money so that I can live this luxurious lifestyle. I still hope that. And I freaking hope that she beats cancer. And then you see stuff like this and you're like, what the hell is going on here? And it's like, fine, we'll talk about this, and we'll be as respectful as possible to navigate it, because I certainly try to not, I don't know, I try to be respectful when I talk about stuff, but I do get heated when I see her or others being racist or dehumanizing people, and she's dehumanizing her boyfriend on a live, and she encourages Sasha and Mateo to do the same thing to Courtney. If y'all have seen Tish's and Clowntown's video of that was wild. And then Courtney went live on the 19th too, so we can watch that a little bit, but it's just again, it's trickling down. And I know everyone's like, oh, trickle down economics. It's just the behavior that's being modeled at the top is seeping down into the core devotees, and in the pyramid of undue influence and stuff. It's going to happen. People are going to be influenced.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Do you suppose she's doing this to reroute the conversation away from her recent health issues? Aaron?
I think she's doing all of this to financially capitalize on an increased amount of people going to her page to get updates on what's going on. I think that we're going to see more of her promoting her coaching and the affiliate program that she's just launched within her coaching, which does not appear to be FTC compliant, just FYI. There's no disclaimers, none of that. Anyways, that's a whole nother thing. Shout out to Anti-MLM for that information. But I think that the bottom line for her is keeping people around that can do something for her, whether it's technology, an app, saga that Mateo and Sasha helped with allegedly, or whatever, however that worked out. And when she has no use for people, she discards them. And that's my personal experience.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't discard me. I discarded her. I just want to say that.
Yeah. If y'all don't already follow Erin, I'm going to put her channel in the chat with the Nightbot. But she also covered the live with Jessie Lee being herself and how she treated Avi. But I'm not going to spoil it here, but Erin also dropped some other interesting things about a history of sharing health things. So that's your teaser to go watch Erin's video.
Thank you.
And the link is in the chat. So
I was really I know that if you guys have watched that live stream, my energy was probably a little weird at first because I was so uncomfortable with what I was doing. But it's important, just like we've talked about, just like I mentioned, and just like what these two were mentioning throughout this live stream, it's important to know the entire context.
Yeah.
You know, what was going on in that time frame, and all of that is really, really important. It's not just words being said by somebody, you have to look at the big picture of stuff.
Yep.
So thank you for that, DeeCee.
No problem. So this is, let me get it over. Does this work? No, this doesn't work. I'm trying to get the right one to do. Oh, okay. This is as good as I can do it.
Is this the one that Clowntown and...
No, this is more recent. This is from like 2 days ago.
Okay.
Do you want to do the one with Mateo? Because we can
I haven't watched that one fully. I started to watch it this morning before my appointment.
Yeah, why don't we just do that real quick then? Let's see.
I'm fascinated with this inner child stuff that they're doing that, in my opinion, should be worked with, a professional, a therapist.
I was the one who actually picked
Yep.
Sasha saying that they should carry around these stuffed animals is so freaking weird to me.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm going to download it real quick so it can be bigger. Let's see. 4K video downloader.
I could totally see that, Genji. I see her comment here. I keep wondering if JLW's terrible trip was a weird way for her to figure out who would keep the empire running for her while she deals with all this. I think she's definitely known a lot longer than she's let on about her diagnosis. How long? I don't know.
It's interesting to see all this unfold, and it's interesting the timing as well. So
Dave. All I heard just then was in Aaron's voice, the link is in the bio. I watched way too many Aarons.
Oh my gosh. All right, I think it just downloaded. Let me see. It's so close. I'm just going to make the video bigger since it's vertical, so it's just going to be a couple more seconds to download. Oh, don't diss stuffed animals. You know, but when Sasha kind of contaminates the idea of it, maybe we I
You
don't
just
know.
told me on my live yesterday that my plush collection was okay, DeeCee.
It is. I just didn't know that Sasha had adulterated the idea of stuffed animals. I just wasn't prepared.
But are you looking at what do you call them, plushies? Is that what you call them? Okay. Do you look at your plushies and identify them as your inner child?
For context, my partner owns like a plush toy company, so we have this like excessive collection. You can see it here of
I love
like
it.
so many plush
It's cool.
toys.
But they
No,
don't
I don't
represent
do
your
that,
inner
Erin.
child.
I
Like, you
don't do that.
stare at it in the eyes and address it as your inner child, right?
I
'Cause
prefer
that's what
not to
Courtney
look at them at
does.
all if I have a choice.
Okay, here we go. Local video. And Courtney Alexander Shepherd. All right.
Oh, Courtney.
Hopefully this works.
Ugh.
I know. Here we go. We'll try this way. Oh, not me.
Star of the show.
It's a little bigger.
Hello, hello, hello. I don't think I put a title on this. Oops, I'll get it whenever I come back. Hello, 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 beautiful people. It is Courtney Alexandra Shepherd, aka Courtney Shortney. Hashtag Courtney Shortney. And I am in North Texas. As you guys, I feel like I'm going to want to stand up. As you guys jump on, say hello. Let me know where you are tuning in from. So Sasha told us that we needed to do inner child work.
What licenses, certifications does Sasha have to be telling us? This sounds, you know, when you were in home ec in school and you had the little egg that you had to take care of and not break and stuff like that.
God.
This
My
feels
baby.
like that. You know? Oh my God.
So this is my inner child. I was the one who actually picked up the bears at the store.
Oh God.
Are they all the
Have
same?
to look
Same
in my
bears?
inner child's eyes and have conversations with it. That's not why we're here. If you guys are new, drop new in the comments below. Hello, beautiful to you, Michelle. How are you? Drop new in the comments. And if you guys are watching on the replay, drop I miss you so that I can say that I miss you too. And if you guys are new, or maybe it's been a while, I am I already said my name. That's what I was going to tell you again. And I help coach and guide busy moms to building, and dads, you know, to building 6- and 7-figure incomes from their phones using our unique trademark systems.
Oh, your unique trademark systems that you whitewashed, not whitewashed. What is it when white label, when someone else designs something and then you pay for it and then you put your brand on it? What's that you have a special system? Okay. At least she's not yelling. She's about to get yelled at by Sasha and Mateo, which is maybe worse.
I wish they would.
Okay, if you're just joining us, this is Courtney Shortney on Instagram. Please do not internet. Don't do the internet-y things, but she is on Jessie Lee Ward's team. She's Jessie Lee Ward's bestie at the moment. Jessie Lee Ward is the godparent to her children, or she was. I think she still is.
Mm-hmm.
She just explained why she is carrying around a stuffed animal, because Sasha is healing everyone's inner child in the empire. And so, yeah, that's where we're at.
In a social media world that I know is a little crazy and crowded, but hey, like, we have compiled the best of the best, and we constantly are actively working this. So if you want a coach that knows what they're talking about, you need to find a coach that's actually doing it. And it's really, really important. Hey,
This is a tactic of undue influence. We just covered it in one of my videos, but it's making it seem like an exclusive system that's not available, or it's an exclusive group that's not available to anybody else in the industry. It's one of the one of the parts of the bite model. So, ugh.
Courtney, how are you? What's up, Renee? Hello, beautiful people. I was supposed
Love
to go
that,
live,
Stevie.
but saw you hop on, so I'm gonna get me some knowledge real quick. I love you. Thank you. What's up, Janae? Hello, Eve. I love it. Debbie, what's going on? Rachel Ray, baby. And I had a couple of things. Actually, I covered up my notes. I had a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about because
Yes,
I
Micaiah.
made that post earlier and I was feeling like I started telling the story about how 8 years ago I was following Jessie Lee for 5 months at this point. And it's really crazy. I'm gonna tell you guys story time, but we're gonna talk about what's holding you back, taking the leap of faith, and I'm gonna drop some bombs because I've got some really good tips and things to share with you. So,
Oh boy.
It's just really crazy, first of all, how people will they want to be there and see the glory, but they won't stick around while you're becoming, and if people can't stay with you through that, if they want to leave in the process of you learning who you're meant to become and you're stepping into your power, then they're not meant to be around whenever you are claiming it, right?
Get rid of them.
They don't want to watch.
I want to make her voice like, because I want to see Aaron's facial expressions, which is literally the best part of this. You know what I'm gonna do?
Oh God.
I'm gonna put it in eCam and then I'll put it. Yeah, okay. I just want to see Aaron's facial expressions. So 1 second, I'm gonna make my video different so I can pull that in. I'm awful, but Aaron's facial expressions are too good to us not to utilize them.
I'm gonna distract myself and order some coffee real quick.
Okay, let's see. Cam link. Okay, yes. And there you go. All right, and I'm going to pull in eCam on my other one. So remove. Oh, God. Oh, it removed the wrong thing. Come back, Danielle. God, sorry, Danielle. Come back. She's going to kill me.
Oh.
Okay. All right, let me see. I know. It was me. It was user error. You know it's contagious, and I haven't been inoculated from the technical
booted
difficulties.
me.
I know. I'm awful.
Welcome back.
Okay, let me get this up and running over here real quick. Let's see. Display capture. Edit. Chrome. There we go. And I'm just pulling this in real quick. Sorry.
Does anybody have an espresso? Because I highly enjoy their coffee. On a totally random note, while DeeCee is doing her thing, we have one, and I really enjoy it. I just wanted to tell you guys that.
Yes, I really like them. My sister has one.
It's fantastic.
Okay. I'm trying to put her in the center. Okay, I'm going to turn everything else off. And sorry, 1 second. All right.
Unacceptable.
I know. I'll just, I'll make sure I add to your volume this month so that you can rank up. Okay.
I'm still working on my Bumblebee Wobble crochet kit.
Oh, love that. How's it going?
It's good. I am one of those people where I will work on it a lot, and then I take a little break, and then I work on it again, and then I take a little break. Right now, I'm kind of in my break era with it.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got this. We've got Courtney, hopefully. Heck yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let me just make her a little bit bigger, and then she'll fill up the whole screen. Okay.
I'm going to try and keep my facial expressions in check, but I cannot guarantee it.
No, we're here for it. It's okay. Okay, there we go. There we so close. Yeah, that's good. All right. There we go. Can y'all hear or no?
Nope.
Dang it. What about now?
We're here. If you guys are new, drop new in the comments below. Hello, beautiful to you, Michelle. How are you? Drop new in the comments. And if you guys are watching on the replay, drop I miss you so that I can say that I miss you too. And if you guys are new, or maybe it's been a while, I I already said my name. That's what I was going to tell you again. And I help coach and guide busy moms to building, and dads, to building 6 and 7 figure incomes from their phones using our unique trademark systems in a social media world that I know is a little crazy and crowded, but hey, like, we have compiled the best of the best, and we constantly are actively working this. So if you want a coach that knows what they're talking about, you need to find a coach that's actually doing it. And it's really, really important. Hey, Whitney, how are you? What's up, Renee? Hello, beautiful people. I was about to go live, but saw you hop on, so I'm going to get me some knowledge real quick. I love you. Thank you. What's up, Janae? Hello. Eve, I love it. Debbie, what's going on? Rachel Ray, baby.
So if she's
and
talking
I
about,
had a couple of things. Actually, I covered up my notes.
sorry, I
Let me
can't
pause
pause it.
Yep.
I don't think I can pause. Yeah, I can't pause it. If she's talking about actively, you should have a coach that's actively doing all the things. I'm going to use very MLM words. Wouldn't that include like team trainings and stuff? Because from what's been alleged to me, Courtney doesn't do team trainings. So.
You don't say. Someone being a hypocrite in a multi-level marketing opportunity, that would never happen.
Also, Courtney, how's Bree on your team? That you guys don't get along, allegedly, but she's probably a big leg for you. How's Bree doing?
Yep. Great question.
This
A
is
secret
really
blood
tripping me
feud.
out because it feels like she's actually like here with us right now. So I'm like really trying to
yes,
keep together over here.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm
Things I
just
wanna
asking for my friends,
to you guys about, because I made that post earlier and I was feeling like I started telling the story about how 8 years ago I was following Jessie Lee for 5 months at this point. And it's really crazy. I'm gonna tell you guys story time, but we're gonna talk about what's holding you back, taking the leap of faith.
Bree is a top, I think, a top seller in the Empire. And she is, didn't she go to, maybe not? She went on the trip,
team.
right?
She has a large team.
Oh, okay. Are we alluding that Jessie Lee Ward stacks her to greatness, or?
I don't know. I see their
Screenshot
numbers.
Aaron.
I don't know that Jessie Lee has built Bree, but in my opinion, I think she has definitely built Courtney.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's
just my opinion, obviously.
Was that ever a point of contention? Did that ever cause rumblings in the Empire if like someone was stacked into, or?
That wasn't something that was talked about.
Oh.
It was something that was done kind of quietly.
Gotcha.
And then nobody talked about it. Like, I didn't talk about it with my peers.
Gotcha.
But
like
then there's some people that used to be a part of the inner circle that were never given any volume or anything like that. I think Jessie Lee gave me some volume at one point when we were close to hitting champ for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, and I think I needed like a couple of boxes or something, and she put somebody under me to just push me over real quick, push us over real quick, because it wasn't just me, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drop some bombs because I've got some really good tips and things to share with you. So it's just really crazy, first of all, how people will, they want to be there and see the glory, but they won't stick around while you're becoming, and if people can't stay with you through that, if they want to leave in the process of you learning who you're meant to become and you're stepping into your power, then they're not meant to be around whenever you are claiming it, right? If they don't want to watch you becoming this powerful person, then they shouldn't be there then they don't deserve to be there whenever you're claiming it. And why are you getting up here? Come on, Simba.
Maybe it's just me, but I've never been bummed out if people I know are winning or they're being successful. I'm never like, oh, darn, you're able to make money from the business that you're working your ass off to do. Like, man, God, I wish the worst for you. Maybe there's people like that out there. I haven't really run into them. I don't know them.
Playing games. I feel ostracized sometimes. Yeah. I mean, people don't want to see you outgrow them. You see, you have these people in your friend circles, these relationships that you have, and they get scared and uncomfortable when they see you grow, when they see you step into a power that they don't even know if they can activate. It almost intimidates.
Aaron?
Oh, thank you. This whole thing, in my opinion, is I think there's an underlying sense of competing with other people. And that's why she's saying it, just in my opinion, like, well, people don't want to see you outgrow them. People don't want to see you do more. Well, that's because you are competing with other people.
Mm.
And in MLMs, there's this underlying thing, I don't know what to call it, where you are competing with everybody else. You might be part of the inner circle, you might be part of the empire or whatever, but you're competing with everybody else in that arena. And so the only people that don't want to see others grow and get better and get promoted at their job or make more money or, you know, be happier are people that are competing with that person.
Yeah.
And that's a them thing. That's a them problem, not an us problem kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they're not your friends. Like, I'm listening to this thinking, like, I'm not friends with people that treat me like that. And I guess it speaks true to an MLM because those people aren't really your friends. They're just faking it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Friends, yeah, and not that Kate said friends will cheer you on when you're on the right path and and you have real friends.
Exactly.
Them, it scares them. But see, you saw that and you chose to become it. You watched it happen for somebody else and you saw yourself in that same place. And as I was following Jessie Lee 8 years ago for 10 months this time after she took the leap of faith, I found her crazy. I found her 10 years ago whenever I joined my first company that I took seriously, because I didn't know that I was like a kidnapper in this beauty company. And then I did life insurance with an ex of mine. And then that was kind of like a lot of his connections, his family and things like that. So then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to walk away from this business. And I did. But I learned a lot. And then I was like, kept saying, no. Like, it's not for me. I can't be successful at that. I don't see myself able to do that. I was like, ain't no way. Okay. Ain't no way you're going to see me. And really at the time.
Why are you talking like that, Courtney?
Yep. Great question.
Stop it.
A lot of people on the Empire do that. And yes. I wonder.
Where could they possibly be learning this from?
Wonder.
Very weird.
From the lady at the top. And Rosie said, step into your power or get stacked into your power. And that is a great point. Great point.
No truer statement.
So that I was having was doing in-home parties for women. I did those. Okay. I just looked at my inner child. That was a little creepy. Okay. But those parties for women, you know what I'm saying?
Animal.
Oh.
She's talking about romance parties. And then she made eye contact with a stuffed animal that she's referring to as her inner child.
She set up her teddy bear like right next to her phone before she started.
Yeah.
So she's embodied her inner child in an inanimate object that is separate from herself?
Yes.
You got it.
What? The more I understand about what's going on, the stranger this gets. And Sasha, what the hell are you doing?
One of us.
18 or older, I did those and I was bomb at it. And I learned from the best. I learned from Jessie Lee, and that was where I found her, started following her. She ends up leaving that company. I knew there were 3 sides to every story. There's always like, you know, like if you're looking at black and white, it's not black and white. There's always a gray. There's always a gray area. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
there's gray and white? Is there? There's... Ma'am? What are you talking about?
50 Shades of Grey, didn't you know?
Oh, I forgot that part.
Let me watch.
I didn't learn this color theory when I went to, design school. So it's a whole new system we've got to figure out.
Every day, I suppose.
Yeah.
Let me find out. And at the time, my personal relationship that I had, the exposure that I had, this person that I was connected to, okay, they were my best friend. I helped them. And just so you know, like, I am an amazing person. And I don't say that because I'm trying to toot my own horn.
Yes,
I
you
want
are.
you to find the things that you can feel that same way.
Listen. We love confidence, but like by definition, when you're saying that, like you're tooting your own horn. Like what?
I'm not
I
trying
mean,
to scam you, but
Yeah,
yes, you are.
I'm not gonna yell at you, but this is tough love. Okay.
No, that's just you being an asshole. I mean, can I
Oh,
say that?
I cannot believe it. This is freaking wild. Oh my god. I don't think we're gonna be able to get through this video without Baby Snark. So, oh
Definitely
my,
not.
ugh.
yeah. Baby Snark and Aaron's facial expressions and Danielle's commentary is gonna get us through this video. I'm here for it.
Way about yourself. And Mateo is the freaking sweetest. He just said to me, I was going to pull it up and read his words. He said, don't you know, broska, that you are the partner and friend. You are the best friend. You're the partner everybody wants.
No, I'm good.
I think we'll pass, you know.
JJ,
Like,
cover for your spot.
Oh.
I'm an amazing person, okay? And I've always been amazing. I've just grown into becoming even better. Perfecting my craft of Courtney-isms. Perfecting who I am. Becoming a better version of me. You know, whenever Wes Watson was on our stage and he told us about coaching, he actually coached Bruce Willis's son through addiction, right? And it's just acting. Went to this paint and sip thing. It's just acting. It's just embodying this role, because he even asks Bruce Willis, he says, well, how long did it take you to get out of the character after Forrest Gump? He's like, man, a year later, I was still walking and talking like him.
What? Where did this conversation turn into this?
What are we talking about? I'm so lost right
doesn't
now.
know. JJ was just trying to FaceTime me. Isn't that funny that I just said her name? I wonder if she's watching.
JJ, if you want to hop on, you're welcome to. Let me see. Copy. I know she's doing some health stuff, so
Yeah.
I love you. Like, because you embody this character, you can become any human you want. It's why these method actors, it takes a lot out of them. It drains them. It's why Will Smith, probably a part of why he snapped, because he went through some things while he was in life and while he was acting. He became totally different people in character. And so back to my original story.
We haven't finished one thought. For the love of God, you know what? I understand like my strengths and weaknesses. I need an outline sometimes to stay on point. Courtney needs multiple outlines, and that is said with as much kindness as I can muster, because we're all confused as hell right now. Like, I told that story, but back to the original story. Finish your point. Finish your point. Oh my God.
Is she telling us
she's been acting? I thought.
What? Oh yeah, I think she is.
Is she implying that people in the Empire, specifically the people that she's talking about, are method actors?
I hope we're about to find out, because I don't know what's going
You're
on.
about to find out. Yes, you are. Oh my God. That's the funny thing is, sometimes when we listen to this, I'm not expecting the shit that happens, and then you're like, is this really happening right now? This is how we're running our business and how we're trying to warm up some kind of market. This is the option we're doing. And I'm not trying to, like, I know I'm being a little snarky and a little bit of an asshole, but it's so confusing. It's just bizarre. It's bizarre.
I think you're actually being very kind, because imagine if somebody in a traditional sales job was doing some sort of training like this, or was doing some sort of video that's trying to gen up business using fallacies, because that's all she's doing here. Imagine. It wouldn't happen. People would be like, what are you doing? You're not at work.
Hello.
Hi. I'm in the car, sorry.
No, you're great. I was like, I'm just going to send her the link, and if she wants to hop on, and love to see you. It's a shit show with Courtney.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm excited to be here.
All right, let me press play. Whoops, no, play.
I trusted that I was connected to my best friend at the time. When I told them I had things to see about Jessie Lee, I was like, what is she doing? My best friend shut me down. She didn't want to hear what I had to say. And that just told me, to be totally honest, that she didn't trust me.
What? I feel like there's more to the story,
She didn't trust
Courtney.
me.
I know. There's 3 sides to every story except the story that I'm going to tell you because my narrative is the only one that matters.
Right.
Okay, Courtney, clear as mud. Ready to go to the next point.
Also, if you're her former best friend, feel free to message any of us. We have questions.
Also,
What?
like, maybe she just didn't like Jessie Lee. Like, she didn't have to not support you or whatever she said. Like, it's pretty simple. It's easy to not like Jessie Lee. It's not a hard thing to do.
Indeed.
100%.
Yep. And it's like, it's not required for all your friends to like each other. Like, you know, it's like, we're not in elementary school. Like, dear God, like, oh my gosh, I don't like your best friend. You need to stop being friends with her. It's like, no.
I wish they would.
Oh my God. That's what it feels like. It feels like kids. It feels like kids who have not developed the maturity, like they're being able to process their emotions and being able to know how to act them out in a healthy way. Because it's like, oh, I don't like them. You shouldn't like them either. And that's how this.
We can't be friends if you're friends with her.
Yeah, I'm like, well, we're all grown adults. We're supposed to be. Here we are, just
Don't
being
let the door hit
confused.
you on the way out.
Oh my God.
That I really wasn't as best of a friend as that. We weren't as aligned as I thought we were. Because you see, she always said that she wanted me to do great things and wanted me to step into my power. But whenever I tried to do something on my own, when I tried to find my own way, when I tried to find because I was always just like, the side person, right? Like I was just on the side. She was getting all the glory. And so the moment that I started to step into my own, see, I had to watch Jessie Lee on the low. I had to sneak it. I had to like shoot. Jessie Lee was my.
Your friend have access to your data of what you're looking at on your phone? Like, what do you
That's
mean you
what
had
I
to
was
watch
gonna
her in
ask, like,
secret?
Who are you friends with?
This is strange. This
They
is
they have to dramatize every story. Like, they can't have it the basic story because it's not as interesting. They have to make it very dramatic and something that will help other people feel related to what they're saying. Make it feel like they are. And that's why every Y story is so quote unquote emotional about how they came to the MLM. It always has to be dramatized.
Yep.
Also, I guarantee you that former best friend was her upline in her previous company. And that's why their friend was like, you shouldn't be watching her, and
Makes
this and
sense.
that's why she wasn't supportive, was because of all the turmoil from Jessie Lee getting fired from Pure Romance.
Yep.
Again, not your real friends.
Get some new ones.
My side piece. I've never said that before. Jessie Lee was my side piece, and I snuck on her all the time. At least my husband. Well, we weren't married then, but he knew. Okay, baby daddy knew. Okay, he knew. And so I would watch her, and I would follow her, and I stalked her, and I built this relationship with her deeply over those 10 months because she showed up so heavily on social media, and mostly through video format. Okay, like she was on live video every single day, sometimes multiple times.
How are you supposed to build a one-way relationship deeply with someone on social media that you're just watching their content?
Parasocial relationships.
I thought the lead-infused ketones allegedly were supposed to help with focus.
Oh, right.
Ay.
So what? How did all this lead stuff come out?
There's an article on Behind MLM.
I'm looking it up.
And it's Terry LaCour's facilities that have an increase or something along, I may be wording this weird, an increase in lead levels. Well, what is made in Terry LaCour's facilities? Prove it ketones.
Oof. Ouch. That's not good. That's not good.
Yeah. So for those of you that are watching or watching the replay, if you look up behind MLM, let's see, will it come up if I do that? Let's see. Yeah, I just typed in behind MLM, lead, prove it.
Okay.
And it comes right up. Does 𝐔𝐒𝐄 Enterprises have a lead contamination problem? And there's a whole article about it.
Cool.
With sources.
That is very sucky, though, because of the health risks that come with an exposure to lead and them being around food products. That is super shitty.
Yeah, they received 6 60-day notices from the Environmental Research Center.
6?
6.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm reading a report right now from 2020 that's from the Superior Court of the State of California. And it's Environmental Research Center versus Prove It Ventures.
And the most recent was filed November 4th, 2022.
Big yikes.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Out of the 6 60-day notices ERC filed against 𝐔𝐒𝐄 Enterprises, 2 have resulted in filed complaints.
Oh my God.
So check it out, friends.
Yep. Check it out. It's big yikes. It's absolutely a big
Crystal.
yikes.
Crystal dropped a link. I don't know if you saw that in the comments.
Yep, and this is clickable on my channel. If you want to come over here and click on it, it will be available to click on the replay. So if you're in the replay, you should just be able to click on the live chat. Just turn on live chat instead of top chat, and you'll be able to see all the comments. So the timestamp is, I should know this, 2 hours and 2 minutes. You should be able to see that. So I'll try to put it in the description after the stream as well.
Jessica says they don't have a lead contaminated problem. They have, where did that go? They don't have a lead contaminated problem. The labs have a mindset problem.
Oh my God. Yep, it's that hater mindset.
Times a day. I was refreshing to see what was going on. Where is she? What's she doing? We didn't have stories back then, so I couldn't be all up in her business. Okay, but like if it was, I would have been. I knew all of the things. There's this one story, her story to tell, but I literally remember the story of her because I just had it sitting on my counter while I was cooking dinner. I remember this very vividly in my apartment. And I remember her telling the story of meeting her ex-husband. It was through an app. And so was Avi, actually. Okay, facts are not attacks. And like the story of her walking up on his set.
Remember that one for later.
Write that one down for later. The one beneficial thing from this freaking live. Oh my God.
Facts are not attacks unless it disrupts my narrative.
Yeah. That's the first night.
They're literally making those memes like facts are not attacks, but there's an asterisk and then there's like a 2 inches of fine print. Yes, the fine print of like actually they are attacks, especially if I'm not the one. Yes.
Oh my God.
I remember that story because I followed her so closely. Okay? And my best friend, I couldn't even open up and tell her how I was feeling because she shut me down. She made it feel like I was trying to leave a cult. Okay, she did make it feel like that. And let me just tell you something.
That's right. Maybe you were trying to leave a high control group.
Absolutely. This is 100% her former leader, just from her language. God. Absolutely.
Yep.
The Empire is not like that at all.
Girl.
Did you know that statistically, and you can go look at this at Stephen Hassan's website, if it more like I think 90% of people, if once they leave a high control group, will join one within the first year of leaving. It's a very scary statistic, but again, facts are not attacks. It's just good to know. It's good to know so you can be prepared that you may, go back or join another high control group. It's tough. It's twisty. So
look up things like We don't shun you when you leave.
See Exhibit 1, Aaron B's. Oh my God. Are you serious?
Exhibit A, but we're actually going to put things under Exhibit A, Justine. Okay, that's how you do it. Anyways.
Yes. Holy crap. And it's like, do you not realize like pretty much every single like big milestone from the empire is seared on the internet, and it's just like, no, there's real people who have left that you've shunned the shit out of. Like, what are you talking about?
The names I could give right now, not that I'm going to, because that's not my place to do it.
Yeah.
I could literally give you dozens and dozens of names of people that have been shunned because they either wanted to do their own groups, they wanted to do their own thing, they wanted to lead in their own way, and they were shunned because of it, or they outright questioned what Jessie Lee was doing and saying, and because they questioned it, they were removed and blocked from everything.
Yep.
Savannah,
Period, comma. We love a period, comma moment. Period, comma forever.
I didn't even catch that.
My God, I didn't even know some of these people have exited the
Savannah, if you want the link, let us know. I'll send it to you.
building. I saw like, okay, so I'm an admin, and once you leave and you go to another company and you start to try to talk to people,
you realize it's
in
all
our
the same.
team about your move.
Yep. What?
Courtney, you're an admin in the group. So typically when somebody gets removed, you're one of the first ones to know about it and to remove them and block them. So what are you talking about?
Yeah. It's funny. It's like they don't think that someone's not going to fact check their stuff. And it's like, no, you're getting fact checked. I don't. And the audacity, it just feels like the audaciousness of saying, yep, I'm going to say this with my full chest. And then realizing that you can't back up what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There we go. I sent it to Savannah if she wants to join.
Nice.
Like, you're blocked from the group, you know? Like, that's just, don't be a snake. So I saw somebody got banned or blocked from our group, like, because they popped up as a top person most recent. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know. And then I go back and I'm looking, and it's been like 3 months. I had no idea.
Whoever it is, message me.
We do not care. Okay, we do not care. Bye, Felicia. Go.
Right.
And honestly, like, I want you to. And Joshua and I had this conversation today. So let me finish the story, because when I found Jessie Lee and I left, after those 5 months, 8 years ago, I had been watching her for 5 months. I had such a deep connection and relationship with her, and she had no idea who I was. I was a stalker. Okay. And I knew her so well.
We're not a snake. We don't shun people, but we do. But I was talking to my husband about this thing, and then I was stalking Jessie Lee Ward. The train of thought is so disjointed and confusing. I don't know what's going on. It's wild too. It's like, and here's the thing. I'm not saying I'm a great content creator, but here's the best way to get better. Listen to your shit that you say on the internet, and if you cringe a lot, then say it differently next time. And if it doesn't make sense, it's probably not going to make sense to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they go live so much, they don't have time to rewatch their stuff and say, you know what? Maybe I'm going to say stuff differently next time, because it's 11 minutes and 16 seconds of confusion. With
she's even confused.
I think she is. It's like we're too distracted with our inner child that's actually a teddy bear now and
staring at her.
Oh my God. Maybe she's nervous.
Well, with what she shared on social media. And so because I went through that process and now I show up the same way on my social media, as like I show up the same level.
This is a good point. I don't want to be exclusive to people who are neurodivergent and ADHD. I think that I hope that I can, maybe I'm taking a sliver of how I'm addressing this, because she is someone who claims to be a business owner, who says that she is going to be selling product and showing other people how to do it as well. And that is the issue that I take with this, that, hey, I'm the standard, I'm a top seller, you can follow me and trust that I'm going to teach you how to do stuff. And then we get this. That's, you know, the little sliver of I guess, the big sliver of issue I have with her.
Exactly. And if you're going to position yourself as an expert, even if you are someone who is neurodivergent, has ADHD, then have the systems in place to be able to teach that to other people who have the same struggles and experiences, not just, I'm going to turn on my camera and hope for the best. Like,
yeah. And a good example, Emily D. Baker has ADHD. And so do a few of the other lawyers I follow, and they are great content creators, and it does show up, and it's still a really enjoyable stream because it seems like they give a shit about their audience. So no, definitely just want to clarify. No shade to all my awesome ADHD neurodivergent buddies in the chat. Okay.
I know that I have grown, and you guys see me grow, and I've just like come to this realization, like I taught myself how to be who I am today. Anything I didn't like about what I was doing, not for anyone else or what anyone else had to say about me, or I'm too loud, or I'm too this, or whatever, my laugh, or what, I don't care. I started pulling myself out of what was causing me to act like a person because of what someone else would think of me, and I just shifted all of that.
We're not making fun of you or taking issue with you because of your laugh or because of how you dress or because of anything like that. It's lying to our faces on the internet and scamming people and treating them like dirt. And then I don't know. It's about behaviors that are how you treat other people, not behaviors about who you are as a person and your characteristics. I think I'm just. It can't be this ragey so far. We're only halfway through. It's like, when does Mateo and Sasha come on the live?
I shifted every piece of it. If I was doing things because of what other people would or wouldn't think, I even question myself today. I'm like, do I want to be like louder? Like, why? When did that change? Is it because I'm trying to not be like, I was going through this in my head today, and really the reality is I've just developed myself in so many ways that my energy is just different. My awareness, most of all.
Wait, she's saying that she's louder now because her awareness and her energy, she's more of herself. Is that what she's saying?
Well, I don't understand if she's meaning louder in the like physical sense of your voice being louder, or if she's referring to louder in the sense of showing up more on social media.
Okay.
Because they do use louder as, I'm showing up louder on social media.
Gotcha.
So
I'm just confused. The originality that everybody claims to have in the Empire, then how come everybody looks like a clone of Jessie Lee Ward?
Exactly.
How come all of the training? How come all the wording? How come all of the mannerisms? How come all of the way that they take other people's way of talking inappropriately and use it in their live streams? And again, that's another cult tactic. That's another high control group tactic to make clones of the leader. So yeah, I'm all for you showing up exactly how you are, but are you doing that if you are a clone, like a carbon copy of your top leader? I don't know. Yeah. I think it's a question to ask at least, and it should be a question you should ask yourself. So I don't know.
If you're in the high control group, ask yourself that.
Yeah.
Well, and also if you're somebody that is trying to duplicate what is being done, instead of just taking it for face value, look at what you're gaining from it. Are you actually seeing results from going live every day and putting on this act? Like she talked about method actors, because I feel like, that's what they're doing. Are you gaining followers? Are you gaining sales? Are you recruiting? Or are you spinning the wheel?
Yeah.
Are you a hamster on the wheel and you're like, what am I doing this for? And so if you're in an MLM and you happen to be watching this, ask yourself that. Look at the analytics. Look at the data.
And your data is separate from your leader, because if you're saying that, oh, wow, I'm getting praise from my leader on my Zoom calls, that should have nothing to do with how you measure your success. Are you spending more money than you're taking in? That should raise a red flag. Are you spending so much time that you're not making a livable wage and how many hours you're dedicating to what you're doing. That's a red flag. It's not just, well, I did everything I was supposed to. I did every single thing on my list. I reached out to everyone and they called my name on the Zoom call and I didn't get in trouble. Red fucking flag. It's a red flag. We need one of Chelsea's little red flags or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We do have Aaron's cult alert face, but I don't know. You know, it's just right here. It's cult alert. We love it. We love it. It fits over when we're doing a different when it's just me and there's a video. I have 2 of them, so it goes right over the video. So
Hilarious. Oh my God.
We love a purple moment. So now we have to
We'll
make
do
a green
purple today.
one. We're gonna have to do green. We're gonna have to do a green one. Okay.
I'll send
Here
you
we
some
go.
pictures.
Love it.
Awareness is so much different. And once you just elevate your awareness over and over and over again, your energy shifts, you evolve, and you step into truly identifying as that person you were trying to become.
I thought we were talking
The
about
person that you were emulating all along.
What the hell are we saying here?
Believe in yourself a little harder and you'll achieve everything you desire.
Oh my God.
Or something to that effect. I don't know.
Wow.
She's putting me asleep.
This is like when you're writing one of those papers and you have to have a certain amount of words, single space, and you're 3 pages short and you're just like, I'm just writing whatever stream of consciousness is coming out. And that's what this feels like.
Yes.
It's what this feels like.
And it's
A
nobody
word
else.
salad
It's
with no
just you.
dressing.
Yes.
It's just looking at the things that you love about yourself and the things that you're like, that really bother you. Like, if it bothers you that you're unorganized, then teach yourself how to do that. Elevate your skill sets. You don't have to get great at the things that, or hire it out. You don't have to get great at the things that that you suck at, right? But you can teach yourself a little bit about them and hire them out to somebody else. So that way you can work on getting even better at the things you're already great at. And it's so all along, I was searching for becoming a totally different person because of what others were saying to me. And I started to realize I don't need to look at the things that I don't like at all, because I can hire those out. I can focus on the things that I am really, really good at and get even better at those things. Because just because I'm not always for everyone, to be totally honest, I'm not a gift giver. Gifts are not my love language for majority of people. And I used to be that way. So I just started shifting into how can I show my love? And I still need to love people in their own love language, but how can I let people know how I love them? And
I still want to show people how they're loved in their own love languages, but I want to show people how I would love them in my own love language. What the flippity flop?
Where are we going?
I thought we were talking about business.
Yeah, I'm lost.
She's making my eyes sleepy. I just asked my husband to make me some coffee.
What?
Courtney, stop.
Oh my
This could have been an email.
that is what I
This
started
feels a little bit
amplifying.
like those hypnosis type of things where they're just like talking to get you into some kind of trance. And I'm just like, what? There's nothing being said right now.
Where are we
There's-
going?
I don't know, but we're lost and the GPS ran out of batteries. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
myself
So it feels.
and seeing the shifts that I made. And I told that story about here's Joshua. I told that story about how
Oh, that's sweet.
5 years ago or 8 years ago, I was 5 months into following Jessie Lee. And after 5 more months, we finally joined. And it didn't, if I like that story is for another time. I've told it many times before, but the alignment of that, it was meant to happen the way that it was happening, because I just was talking to Joshua in the car earlier, and I said, he's like, the hate in the world has to come to an end at some point. And I said, you know what though? I don't necessarily think that it will. I think that there's a lot less of it than we actually think, because there has to be a balance. When it comes to energy, there has to be a balance. there's always harmony, because if you do not have, there's not as much hate because of the way the harmony flows. There's not as much hate as they try to tell us there is.
What harmony?
Because if
What
How
are
did
we
we get
talking
here?
about?
How did we get here? How did we
I'm
end
losing
up
it.
here?
I cannot.
Danielle's just been sliding like lower and lower and lower into her chair.
I'm like, where are we going?
I'm just going to say, how are you as a white appearing woman going to sit up here and say there's not a lot of hate in this world?
Great point.
Are you kidding me? Courtney, maybe you should sit down and take some notes from people of color. What?
It certainly is ironic because she was just talking about the importance of being self-aware, and we've come upon the most unself-aware positioning that she has mentioned so far in this live stream. Just freaking wild. Oh my God. And so, how many people watch this? 256 people, not as much as Jessie Lee Ward, but people are still tuning into this shit. Oh.
I
What do
look
the
around my
comments say
life,
though? Like, do people actually know what she's talking about? Because I'm confused.
I needed this on so many levels. Thank you for being exactly who you are. Such a beautiful soul.
Needed what?
Hey, beautiful. If I
Exactly.
love that
Stevie.
idea. Just all this stuff. Hey, girl. And then I think some of her team members, but it's mostly people being like, boom, this is so much fire. What? It's
Yeah,
on
some of her
fire?
team members.
Oh my God. And that's the problem too. If you're going on a team and you think they're getting some kind of like reach in terms of recruiting on social media, and most of the people who are inside the empire are liking and listening to the videos, that's trash for your analytics, because Instagram or Facebook is going to say, people who are associated with the empire want to watch this video, so we're going to push the video out to people who are already in the empire instead of people who are not. They don't understand the algorithm. They don't necessarily understand how to grow. The reason Jessie Lee kind of figured it out, because she does such shocking things on the internet that it just overrides some of the stuff. And even still, her numbers aren't great. Oh my God. Okay, 15 minutes. Where's Mateo? Where's Sasha?
and I look for better things. I started to find them. If I walk out of my house, I always pick up money. I see money every time I leave my house.
It's your money already.
Like I don't leave money on the ground.
You leave it on there? Really?
No, I do not. I pick it up.
Stop talking
I don't care if it's a penny. I do not. I frequently see money, so money is on my frequency. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh
like, I look for good things in my day. I look for positivity. I am, hello, gorgeous. Hi, Stephanie. I am the most optimistic person I know, which is why I have to have my husband. I am.
What?
Look at me getting me sassy. I'm the most optimistic person I know, which is why I have you to bring me more awareness around my...
That's just men.
Anyway, so listen here, Joshua, says Stephanie. Yeah, and
isn't when she's talking like that, and I'm sorry, I'm still learning all the names for this stuff. Isn't that a microaggression for like her to be utilizing that and co-opting it to make her seem, I don't know what way she's trying to seem, but when she's picking up some of those like ways she's speaking that are not natural to her. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like everyone on
which part of what start there. I'm trying to understand what you're meaning.
It's maybe it's when she's talking more with
like with an accent that's artificial.
Yes, it's that type of one. Other people in the empire do it, but it's like I don't know if I'm trying to say this the right way. I'm still learning some of the things, so I'm not referencing it correctly, but
are you trying to say that her use of a black scent is a microaggression? Is that what you're...
Yes, I think maybe it's an appropriation as well. Trying
I
to
think that's racism.
Okay. Yeah, and it's like, as someone who's still learning some of this stuff, sometimes I don't know the right like words to say because I feel like I'm behind on so many of this stuff. But it's like I want to be open and like talk about it, because if other people don't know either, maybe they're not going to speak up and ask questions. And I'm not saying that it's other people's job to educate me, but it is what it
our
is.
job to educate ourselves and to ask
Yep.
the questions, just like
Yep.
what you're doing. I love that. I think we all have things to learn.
Her vernacular. That's a great word, Charlie.
AAVE. Yes.
Yep.
I do think that's a microaggression. I think anytime we're appropriating anybody else's culture specifically, we're I think that is racism. Yes. That's just my opinion.
You see it in so many of the team members on the Empire, and I'm not trying to say everyone in the Empire is racist. I'm saying that the example that the leaders are giving for their downlines, we see this pop up, and this, it feels like it's just growing and getting more, rampant and stuff like that.
I do think there are very definitive, again, in my opinion, examples of racism within the Empire. There are many stories that I can tell you guys. I'm not going to, because they're not my stories to tell.
Yeah.
But there are very, very clear instances of racism, in my opinion, within the Empire, whether it's live videos or interactions with people of color within the Empire from Jessie Lee. There's lots of stories that I could tell. Again, not my story. They're not my stories to tell, but just know, based on my experience, yes, that is alive and well, if you will, within the Empire. And I'm not saying everybody within the Empire.
Yeah.
But I have seen how people of color are treated by certain leaders within the Empire.
Yeah. Yep. And it's important, it's an important part, I think, in the anti-MLM space, or people debunking some of this stuff in multi-level marketing, because these closed off groups start to perpetuate ideas, and they're so private and secretive that these harmful things grow and grow and grow. And I'm not saying that everybody has to do content the same way or speak on this if you're still figuring shit out. I get that. But I think it's important, if you are learning how to say, hey, it might be this, that it starts to kind of shine a light on stuff, so that it doesn't get to keep hiding and harming people in private. And, and maybe it will help more people speak up if they keep learning about it. So, okay.
Well, and I think that I'll just speak for myself, people that are white women specifically, and this is just my opinion. It is our job to speak up on these things. It is our job to ask questions and to find the information and to educate ourselves on what may or may not be microaggressions, or what may or may not be instances of racism, whether it was intentional or not, whether it was, it still is something that is offensive. And so by us implying, as a white woman, again, speaking for myself, and not saying, well, somebody is telling me that something I said or did was offensive, let me stop and listen. Let me learn from this situation. Not that it's there, just like you said, DeeCee, it's not anybody's job to educate somebody else. But if somebody calls you on something, it's our job to learn and to listen, and then to voice that. It's not for people of color to fix the racism that's going on. Yeah. It's white women specifically that need to speak up.
Yeah, and I think, and I've heard several times in lots of different videos, we talk about privilege, and sometimes it comes to the point where you're just like, oh, I don't want to show any privilege, but I think more so it's about using your privilege for good. You're holding space for people who are marginalized, and you're saying, I'm holding this space to amplify voices that maybe were silenced before. So if you're bristling up, and again, it's a process unlearning shit. I get that. Sometimes it's really uncomfortable, and it's just a process, and like knowing what to expect. Sometimes it's good because you're like, okay, I realize that as I'm unlearning things, it might be painful, and it's a process, but in the process of unlearning stuff, you're going to be able to help people. You're going to be able to like speak up for others in a way, like even if it's just holding space for someone else and leveraging your privilege so that they're not silenced anymore.
Yeah.
And so I think it's an important conversation.
Yeah. Also, can you pin the book that Stevie suggested? I think that's important.
Yeah, Stevie has some great recommendations for books. So the book is, if you are not looking at the screen, it's White Women, Everything You Need to Know About Your Own Racism and How to Do Better by Regina Jackson and Saira Rao. And I'll repeat it again. I know I have some people who are visually impaired who watch or listen to my channel, but it's called White Women, Everything You Need to Know About Your Own Racism and How to Do Better by Regina Jackson and Saira Rao. Saira space RAO. Okay.
Well, yeah, what Wes said that recently, which is why I've like said it multiple times. And if you want things to change in your life, you have to change your actions.
Sure. And I think so too. I think that's always a good point. I think that there's sometimes a range of feeling, in that there's a capacity to be more selfless the more that you learn. And some people don't have that capacity yet, meaning they're going to shut down, which that's on them too. But there's also something to be said for saying, like, this is going to feel like the worst thing, and unlearning like ways that you think about people and understanding how systemic stuff looks. It's sometimes going to be wild, and sometimes you're going to think, I could never be that way. I would never participate. I would never uphold, systemic racism. And then you start to take a step back and look at stuff. I'm saying that for those people, sometimes it's a journey, and sometimes the more you walk on it, the more you're open to like realizing it. And is that fair to people who experience racism? No, but we're not going to change if we're not going to like at least think about it and realize, like, hey, this is going to be uncomfortable and it's worth it. And it's worth it because people are worth it. People are valuable. People should be, not dehumanized. And again, that's what I'm badly trying to say, but yeah.
I don't think you said that badly at all.
No,
and I think that goes back to even the very title of this entire live stream. That's what we're seeing from Jessie Lee. So
the number one of the top teams, well, maybe not the top team improvement, but a team that brings in so much money, has so much influence, is perpetuating these ideas. It is scary. It's scary.
Yeah. I love that, Stevie.
And once you change your actions,
we love you too.
You start to attract new experiences because you feel better, he says. And then as you're attracting these new experiences, it starts to change from I can't to how can I? And that was what I trained on stage too. It's like, how can I figure this out? If I don't know how to do it, well, who does? How can I find a solution?
Is she looking at her inner child again?
I think she's looking at her notes.
Oh.
And whenever you start to expand and over and over and over again, you're going to lose people. And here's where I said the balance has to come into play, because it's the same thing right here. Okay? You exude such power because you know yourself, so it inspires me. I love you so much, it inspires me. I love you, Shalana. I love that. I felt that connection with Bree before joining. That's Ashley. What's up, babe? Oh, I love that so much. You like already knew her. I remember you telling me that.
Turn my light
Shalana,
down.
you said something.
Okay.
Oh, Ashley, you're so sweet. Mateo with 2 T's. I know. MADD. You said ostracized. That's the word I was looking for. I was like, what did you say? What did you say? You said ostracized. You feel ostracized sometimes. I don't know the situation for that, but good.
What?
You know why? It's because your calling is so much higher. You see, I was shunned and I was ostracized and I was literally bullied. Okay, those were Jessie Lee's words. And the moment she started saying it.
Oh, I'm trying to pause it. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
You got to raise your hand.
I got a lot to unpack here, my friends.
Everyone take a drink and take a deep breath.
Okay, so I was working on the script for a video this morning. I did a video about a month ago that talks about the crossover between MLMs, cults, and business coaches. And so today specifically, I was talking about how like the almighty leader is the key, that like the commonality between these three things. And we talk about the use of isolation and how the way they get you in to the MLM, to the cult, to the coaching program is through like playing on the fact that you're alone. I have the sense of community that you need. And here's like the magic solution that's going to make you feel like you belong to something. And so for her to say that, like, if you're ostracized, that's great news. Yeah, like great news for you because you're going to add them to your downline. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's. I guess she does have notes. I'm shocked that she has notes.
Same.
And again, it's that same thing. It's in the undue influence of saying that people are going to come after you if you're whatever, if you're trying to sell an MLM product because they don't understand your mission, if you're trying to be a better person. And it's like, no, yes and no, but when you're preemptively villainizing people, that's the issue, because you're starting to isolate the person you're targeting away from people who maybe actually care about them. And you're isolating them to fully direct and influence that person. And that's the issue.
To mislead them into whatever your cause of choice is.
Yep. Oh, and they say MLM isn't a cult. You know, they do.
I like it. That literally is what it was, because I was. It doesn't matter like who or what or when or where, but I was talking. You did you join in and hear me say that? I was reading comments. Anyway, but that made me stronger. That made me step into a different level of myself, because I looked at basically the ostracizing makes you look in the mirror. What don't you like about what they're saying? There's something inside of you that when you look at your inner child, look, Sasha.
Oh my God.
You never call. You never call. When you look inside yourself and you think about your inner child, what are those things that you want to change about yourself?
Work on this with a therapist. If you're,
you should love every single thing about you.
Look, you do not want someone who is not licensed messing around in your mind. Mm-hmm. You don't do it. Like, we obviously talk about, you know what? Your mind should be free. You should not be like held against your will or against your belief system into doing something that you would not do if you were in full function of your faculties. We're saying your mind should be free. And do you need to do that with a therapist, or do you need to take a step back from your MLM and like really recenter and reevaluate? But you should not be doing this healing your child stuff with an unlicensed person.
With an MLMer trying to recruit you.
Yep.
Exactly.
Girl, what?
Yep. Or a business coach.
Therapy.
Yep.
Go to therapy.
Oh my God.
Danielle's face right
now. And if there are things that people are saying about you that cause you to reflect and it doesn't feel good, why doesn't it feel good? Where is it coming from? Ask your
therapist.
Yeah. What can you do to change the perspective of the situation and allow it to teach you a lesson? I look down on me now. Oh my God, I see my inner child. I cannot ever read your text. I love you too, Jean. How is day one of business camp going for y'all? Okay, how is it going?
Can I? I'm just gonna.
Sasha is kicking my.
When are they gonna join? Where are they? Are they even in this one? God, they're not even in this one. Hold on. They're not even in this one. Hold on. We just watched all this.
They're not in that one?
I don't know where they went. Hold on. Let me see. We just watched all that for not nothing, but
I thought it was
that one.
We had a good conversation for a while there, so not all is lost.
I feel like.
I just want to see Sasha and Mateo. Let me text Clowntown and see where it is, because I know they normally put it on the Google Drive. Let's see. Hey,
Andy, I think I say go to therapy in pretty much every single video I've put on YouTube.
Let me see if it's on Insta spam. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Sweet Goth asked business camp, and Every so often, the Empire does these campaigns, if you will. One of the things that they've done is they called it Empire Games, where you would sign up and then you would be put with different leaders and they would add you to like a group chat and you were just coached from different leaders that you were not part of their downline. And then there were like prizes and different things based off of sales and recruiting. And so they're running right now something called a business camp. And in my mind, I just picture this being like a bunch of power hours.
Yeah. All right, I found it's on Instagram. She's wearing the same shirt, so it was like a little bit later on that she did this. So, yes, let me just find it real quick. Okay, download video. All right. So it was on the same day. It was just she went live on a different platform.
Makes sense.
Yep. All right, let me load it in there. There we go. Close. Oh, I'm still sharing my screen. Okay. Let me change this to QuickTime. Oh, that's so close.
Yikes.
That's so close. Okay. God. No. I'm just like, use. There we go. And I'm going to put Sasha and Mateo on the other side so we can see him. And I'll fast forward it.
Melissa nailed it. Reading a book by a therapist doesn't make you a therapist. If you read a book and identify something you may need to work on, call a professional and make an appointment. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for that comment.
Yep.
Ooh, double the Courtney.
Yeah, I'm going to put Sasha Mateo on the other side. Oops. Triple. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to move it around towards the bottom part because they're going to pop up on one side, so...
If anybody is a basketball fan, I'll give you an update while DeeCee is doing her thing.
Heck yeah.
LSU is seeded number 3 in the tournament. They're playing Utah right now, seeded number 2. LSU is up 60-52. I'm actually not surprised by that at all. I think LSU is going to win this and go to the Elite 8. 3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Ooh.
I mean, they're a tough team, though, but they're no at LSU.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody is a basketball
fan. I know there are some in the chat. Okay. Let me fast forward this to when Sasha and Mateo join because I don't want to listen to her again. There we go. There we go.
Oh.
Okay, let me move them up real quick so they can be in the same. Just a heads up, they're going to be super misogynistic and awful to Courtney. So if that's triggering for people, if that's a content warning that you need to tap out for, that's your warning to head out because your mental health is more important than watching a video on our channel. And she's just going to laugh and giggle and not realize that they're being awful to her. So. Okay.
Oh, by the way, I have to go in about 10 minutes because I'm going to be on somebody's podcast.
Oh, hell yeah. We love that. Okay, we'll press play. Ready, go.
There we are.
What are you doing on here?
Okay. The only thing.
Why is he laughing like Jessie?
Laughing now? Look at there. We are in the sauna right now. So.
Where were you?
Well,
I
we don't hear you.
Can y'all hear?
Oh, we were showering together. So look at there, 19 suddenly. So what you have to do is very easy. Go on talking, and there is Sasha completely naked here. So like you're out of Mateo will drop it.
Oh my
But
gosh! I am looking down on my inner child. That is what you were saying.
See, they're being such assholes to her. Like they're saying like sexual things to her all the time when she was like not taking it that way when they were typing to her on her live, because she was referencing that on her Facebook live and they were not actually being kind or nice to her.
Okay, and can we all just remember that this is like a business setting that this is happening in?
Yep. Professionalism has just
left the building.
Oh, no, it's an inside job.
I knew you guys were gonna get on here and embarrass me.
No, I'm embarrassed. No.
Oh my God.
You are so inspiring. Like,
yes.
go on with the talk.
Yes.
We'll just so this starts being an incredible show. We'll just comment like something funny so that people can take like the inspiration out of you and the bullshit out of us.
No, not the bullshit. The lesson.
Okay, call it lesson.
Everyone from over here has gone over to Instagram to see you two. What is this live?
See, it's a pause for me. I don't know what it means.
Someone
It's a pause for me.
told
What
my
does it
videos
mean?
are all over the place. They were right, but I'm just proud of myself for being consistent.
Oh, they say
We're talking about
bullshit. What is bullshit? No bullshit.
Yes, bullshit.
Yes, business camp. This is it's hot business here over
Oh
here.
my gosh. I love you guys.
Wait,
Wait, where are you? Are you guys? Did you get in the sauna? What were you doing? Why is your hair wet like that? Did you shower?
The lag is so.
This is so uncomfortable.
I love you guys.
She always says that I love you guys to like try to make them feel comfortable when she's the one that they are doing this on purpose to. Like, if your friends are treating you like this, they're not. I don't know. I'm being judgy as hell. This doesn't feel safe to me. Like, if my friends are treating me like this, I'd be like, peace out, guys. Y'all can do this to somebody else, except don't, because it's awful.
The part about it too, like to me watching this feels like something someone might do on like a FaceTime call, but I'm just thinking it from the perspective that they're doing this live in front of like 300 people. Like, it's so weird to me.
Yeah. Oh, I doubt she had 300 people live on.
Oh, whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
I understand.
Like,
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's like they continue to blur the line between professionalism and personal, and they're encouraged to do that by their top leader because that's what she does. So.
No, of course. Matteo wanted to talk about his inner child.
Oh, I just showered. I even sent you a message. I was saying sorry if I didn't respond you quick enough, but I was showering.
Yeah, he sent you a video from his shower. Like you said, otherwise you will not talk.
You did not respond fast enough, so I decided to go live instead. And you came on here anyway, so look at that.
Did you respond?
Full circle.
Yes, for sure.
I didn't.
You guys just
we didn't get any message
so
back.
Much. It's been 6 hours.
Yes.
Okay, I know they're friends. Courtney's in a committed relationship with someone. She's married, but I'm saying you could be in a committed partnership and not be married either. Is it disrespectful to joke around saying that you sent a video of someone from the shower to her? I'm not trying to be a prude. It just seems like
that's not being a prude at all. That's boundaries.
Reasonable.
And that's being respectful.
And it's like, why? Courtney seems sometimes like a nice person. She seems a little bit naive about some things. She doesn't seem to take their crassness the way that they are specifically intending it. And they're continuing to get a laugh at her expense. And then they're joking around about sending stuff because they have sent, you're going to find out, they've airdropped pictures of themselves to her. So.
Okay, but we took over. It's her page. Go on.
Hey, Remy is on. Hey, Remy, greetings to Down Under.
Oh, Remy's on.
Lives at midnight more often, Sasha.
Australian.
What?
Australian brother.
What was this, Courtney?
I said you should
I
do
don't know.
live
Courtney,
at
is
she
midnight
even
more
talking?
often.
The lag.
Midnight more often live?
Mateo,
I
did you
mean,
go
all
live
my
today?
people are
Did you do your
sleeping.
assignment?
Like most of my people are sleeping. I did actually.
Yes, he did already, and he
half an
filled out
hour
the
ago,
form.
and it was amazing.
Yes,
I even filled out the form. What do you think, Broska?
Oh my God!
What do you think am I?
Did you know we did the machine, the bio thing machine?
Oh, listen.
Oh my God! and that was crazy.
You were eating.
We were reading something,
Was
no?
it
And Sasha then was showing.
Reading. We
accent.
were reading minds.
Reading, you know, book,
Read minds.
book, pages, words,
You knew that?
you know, learning.
No,
yes, exactly.
not Netflix.
You know, like I have some of my extended family are English as their second language. It's just rude as all get out to make fun of someone's attempt to speak English. Like I know they're going back and forth. That's just my personal thing. Like you're not going to. It feels like there's this common back and forth. Like, oh, you can't speak English that well. Like, oh, we're miss. You know, I'm mishearing what you're saying again, and it's distasteful to me. But I know I don't know if that's like a general rule of like don't be a shitty human and make fun of someone who's attempting to speak another language. Like that's super hard to do. Oh my god.
Yeah. Not Netflix. It's Netflix written down. It's hard to believe, but maybe someday it will come to the US too.
The bio machine.
We don't know yet. So then Sasha was showing me a page that I had to read for whatever, and then somehow we touch each other. Like we don't even touch each other, but then there was a light, a contact in between our fingers, and immediately like we hear a light flash, and there was like fire. The electricity flies from one finger to the other. Burned. So there was a electric light jumping from one to the other finger. Yes, and it was limitless boosted. Limitless boosted, and it smells like we burned our fingers. It really, but we really.
So they're talking about the machine that Jessie Lee Ward got. That's $16,990, and it fixes your cells at the cellular level and helps you be more energized, apparently. But it looks like, I don't know if they're pulling her chain, but they said that they touched each other because they're both sitting in front of it and they shocked each other. So I don't know if they're joking. They may be joking, but I don't know.
Fingers. You know when you smell like chicken? When the chicken is like a
Aaron, if you have to go for your podcast, just let us know.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you before I need to go.
All right.
Yeah, there was chicken fingers.
Yes. What? You know when you burn hair? Then you it's terrible. Yes. That is the smell. But like we got scared. We said, "Oh, the fuck!" And we really like there was fucking fire on our hands.
Porco Juda
porco.
Oh well. Crazy. Devin, but now start talking about touching each other. Oh no, yeah. Why do I have to touch you? Because she's never answering me my question.
Yes, exactly.
I wanted to date her, and she said she just ghosted me.
So he always tells me before starting touching me, I'm thinking about Dev.
Yeah.
Dev.
Yeah. No.
They're being inappropriate right now, and just. I don't know why like they're having fun saying inappropriate things on her live, but they're doing it to get a reaction out of her.
And she's giving it to them. Oh,
for sure. Yeah, and I put all of the blame on them though. I put all of the blame on them because they're the ones that are doing like and some people laugh when they're nervous too, and it's them being assholes.
Devon 6.
Yes, the Devon 6 doesn't answer
because he has also she's blonde hair and just pretend.
But guys, listen to this. This is very funny, not funny. So I have a girlfriend, and 2023, I slept with Paula, my girlfriend. Literally, like we counted the other day, less than 15 days, 14 days.
You slept with her? Which missionary or dog?
Okay. Why the fuck are we talking about this?
And I slept with Sasha France, okay? Today, 55 days in 2023.
Including Sasha.
I swear, it's fucking incredible. We don't even have 90 days in 2023, and I slept with him more than 55 days.
God. You guys
it's
love each
crazy.
other so
And
much.
we're not joking. We counted it. And in 5 different countries.
That's it?
Yes, in 5 different countries.
Right.
Okay.
And in an RV too. Yes.
This is only this year. Otherwise,
why are they alluding to this? I don't. It feels like they are also additionally being homophobic because they are making fun of, or it seems like they're making fun of the idea or laughing at someone else's expense of people who actually love each other who are in a same-sex relationship. You know what I mean? Like it comes across as distasteful to me. I'm sure I'm not.
Like, oh, we shared a bed together. How funny is that? Like, okay.
Yeah. Between what they're saying that's super inappropriate and how uncomfortable you can physically see that Courtney is. Oh.
Yeah. I wish someone would stand up to somebody, but I understand too the amount of power that they hold because of how close to Jessie Lee they are. I'm not saying that's an excuse. I'm saying that it's a factor in why people are silent sometimes when stuff is going down. If you look at the Tom Girardi case, he was a lawyer in California and he was bribing the state bar for the past 40 years. There were lawyers who tried to speak up in the state bar and saying something is wrong here, and they got fired. So it's not the balance of power is so twisted here because it keeps people quiet.
We live in 25 countries together. In Panama, in Colombia, Bahamas, US, 4 countries. 4 countries. Just 4 countries. But other different states.
Best buds. Oh, you guys don't even know. TMI.
TMI.
Too much information.
What does it mean?
Too much information. Actually, we have some pictures. Let me show.
I love it. You
Okay,
did.
Kurt, we spoiled your life for
Yes,
good.
sorry.
We are boosting your algorithm. Come on, let's go.
You guys. Ciao.
We leave you now. If we have to comment something else,
yes,
we request again to jump on.
Yeah, we come back if you have any questions.
We'll need you.
Okay.
Spill the tea.
Yes, amazing.
Oh God. Now it's time to go.
The tea was. I want to see the pictures, please.
10 plus continue. 18 plus continue. Guys, there is no gayness in here. Zero gayness.
Oh my God.
Too much.
The way they're so adamantly like they talk about it like it is a bad thing, and then these ideas continue to be spread throughout the empire, and that's the issue. I'm not saying that everyone on the empire is like these people. I'm saying that their positions of power are a factor in how they influence others and how much influence they have, and that they're behaving like this, that it maybe forces someone to be quiet because they don't feel comfortable in speaking up and saying, stop doing this. This is a shitty way to talk about people.
All right, I have to go.
Thank you for joining us. It was such a treat.
Hanging out.
Would love to do it again.
Absolutely. Have fun on your podcast.
All right, I'll talk to y'all
Good luck.
later. Don't join an MLM, guys.
Yes, don't join an MLM like Aaron says. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
All right. Oh my God.
Much
They're just
testosterone.
married. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yes.
We're married.
Whoops.
But just because I wanted the German nationality and he wanted the Italian.
Yes. I just want the
Oh my
pasta and he
God,
just
I love
wanted
you guys.
the passport. Both with I want pasta and he said passport, and then we said pasta.
We need to talk on the table.
Oh, we should let them all.
Oh yes.
So
yes,
guys,
Wait.
how's he called?
So
Guys,
yes,
stay here.
yeah,
One more
wait.
thing.
We have
You want great.
Yes.
One day after, stay here, stay connected. Actually, invite 3 friends. Until we are not 20, we are not showing you this
Funny.
because this is very funny.
An Italian going to Malta. So be careful. Italian going to Malta.
Yes. Who of you guys know already the video / the funny? Would you call it?
The funny video on YouTube about Italian in Malta.
Yeah. So basically about it, how Italians speak English. I don't know if Gianluca is still here. Comment 1 if you do know about it, and comment 0 if you don't.
Yes.
And until we don't have at least 3 comments, we don't go on.
Love this.
Oh my
Thanks
God.
for cheering me up. Yeah, you're welcome.
No,
So,
stay here, Jen.
Yeah,
because
say 1 or 0.
We need to
You're
bring
gonna laugh
Gianluca back.
a lot.
We should pull him on screen too, so we can get.
So 0. Oh, we have 0.
Zero.
Even.
Zero.
Okay.
Yes, we have 3 zeros.
three.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, so
now
that's
we're
good.
ready.
Zero. Okay.
Yes.
Now invite at least 3 people in your.
Yes. Now because
your friends.
when
This
you
is
want to,
too good.
if
Gonna
you
laugh.
want to make you.
What? Sorry, what? I meant to pause it. Did you say something?
No.
Okay.
I'm
The
just-
sound is so awfulness, and like my brain is
With
it's
the
just-
lagging, it's hard to follow.
Yep. And yeah, it's just I'm trying to make them bigger so that I can get the line out of here, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. That's okay. There we go. Nope, still can't get it. Okay. Ah!
Oh no.
I know. Literally me. Okay, sorry
Well,
guys.
With the 2 of us, can we not go back to the other format we had before where it's like half and half? Like
Yep.
when we were watching Jessie Lee's videos?
Yep. Oh, you're right. Thank you for being the brains here. I just appreciate that so much. Okay,
I'm
here
like,
we go.
I don't know how to do any of this, but I can tell you what to do.
No, I need direction. Thank you. Like, you know, when you're so stuck and like, oh my God, I'm doing it now. Okay, well, I'm just trying to find the center of the screen. All right, there we go. There we go. Doo-doo.
There we go. Yeah.
Beautiful. Let me just make it a little bigger because it's showing the sides.
Perfect.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
Your day, the best day.
Your friends will forever be
Oh,
grateful.
from Luciana.
Hi from Luciana.
Hey! Howdy.
How are you doing?
How are you doing? Wow, nice to meet you. Nice to have some company.
So let you
Oh, 0. So they don't.
So
know
okay,
it.
nobody
Okay.
knows that, so it's
So-
perfect. So this one, right?
Yes. This.
So guys, listen
quiet now.
listen very carefully. No noises
Put your
around.
headphones in.
Shut up the television. Shut down the television. Okay, so.
Oh my gosh, it's an
Oh,
ad.
this is
No,
just-
that's advertising.
Look at advertising. This
Gotta
guy
make
that
money.
every day makes $10,000.
You better not shit on the bed.
Arrivederci. You better not shit on the bed.
So guys, I don't know what was your favorite one, but I'm rolling.
Yes. But so next time you wanna fuck, always
Table.
be sure you wanna fuck on the table.
On the table.
You
Yes.
brought me a
So I wanna fuck on the
spoon and a
table.
knife, but no fork.
I'm
Yeah.
losing
And
brain cells.
Then I say, hey,
watching
I wanna
this.
fuck, and then
I mean, I'm probably not going to have any brain cells left after we finish this. Like, what the? I need every single one I can get, and I will tell you that right now. Like, I don't think I have it. Oh my God.
Charlie, I'm right there with you. Who would want these people to mentor them? If I acted like this, no one would hire me. I can say that confidently.
Literally, it's like, it feels almost like nepotism, even though like they're not related to Jessie Lee, but it feels like that once you get the stamp of approval, like you're
You
in,
can do whatever you want.
you can do whatever. That's right. You can do whatever you want. And I don't know. Like, I'm not a fan of making fun of people who, I'm not a fan of making fun of people who are trying to learn another language and then their attempt to speak another language and the pronunciation, because of the newness of it, makes them the butt of the joke. I'm not a fan of that. I don't feel confident in saying like, and I will say this gently, like, I don't think that's okay, and that's my stance on it. And them doing this, it's frustrating to listen to.
they just said, everyone wanna fuck. Yeah, but I wanna fuck on the table. You better not fuck on the table, you son of a bitch.
I'm about to shoot in the bed. You know, it's the best I want to shoot in the bed.
You guys, I'm
Exactly.
shitting
I
the
will
bed.
shit
I'm
on the
literally
bed.
shitting the bed.
I'm just gonna say this, and I guess like I'm always playing to the lowest common denominator. Like, if there's someone who's gonna take the risk and have to, they like, if they come here, if they're going to another country where the English is predominantly the main language, and they're seeing stuff like this, or these ideas are being shared, like, would it not be nervous or like nerve-wracking to try to speak the language because they're going to get ostracized for their attempt? And it's like, why would you make people feel small when they're doing hard things? Like, they're doing
Exactly.
like, it's I'm just not team make people feel small or belittling them or dehumanizing them, and like, this is just making my skin crawl.
Yeah, Demi said it well. If I was ever on a business call remotely like this, I would be quitting immediately. Same.
You would have gotten fired for this kind of shit on at the company
At
I
any
used to work
normal
for.
job,
At any normal
exactly.
job, yes. Damn.
You better don't shit the bed, you son of a bitch.
Stomach. Oh, that's good. That was so good.
Okay. Okay. So, guys, after
yes.
some bullshit.
Now, talk about your inner child.
Yes, let's get back to the inner child conversation. We'll be here as spectators.
Yes.
We will see if you stay here. Okay.
We will watch you.
We will watch you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Courtney, for allowing us to jump on.
Yes.
It was amazing, and we meet you tomorrow. And to everybody, we meet you every day.
She's making fun of him using his hands.
There. Like it's not like
You see her like making fun, like talking along with him. Like, is it mocking him? I don't know. I just
community.
Yes.
It's a big fault.
Ciao, ciao.
Yes.
Love you.
Ciao, ciao, guys.
Ciao, ciao.
Should we?
Should we?
Oh my gosh, that was the best.
That was the best. Absolutely not, ma'am. I think I've watched enough of Courtney as I can take. If you want to watch the rest of her, you can go to Clowntown. Clowntown and Tish have covered it, and I don't want to take away from I don't want to be on top. I don't want to take away from their videos because they took the time to cover all of it, and it really is just awful. I'll make sure to link Tish's video and Clowntown's video in the description and send the links to Danielle so she can link it on her channel as well. Yeah. I would say this video in its entirety is more revealing the stuff that's going on behind the scenes in the empire and the influence that the leaders have that they're sharing with their team. Views that are seemingly rooted in racism and anti-Semitism and fetishization and bigotry. And not everyone, I'm saying that people in positions of power are perpetuating awful ideas about others.
And then it's just like, because of that, it is enabling the rest of the team to feel safe in doing the same thing.
Yep. Or it's going to push someone into doing that maybe wouldn't have normally done that, but they feel like the only way to stay safe is if I participate. And that is like, and you could think to yourself, well, that's a disgusting way to be. But if you've ever been in an unsafe situation and that it's like join or something else is going to happen, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying that is a power dynamic that has to be taken into account, because it's not as simple as saying you can just stand up sometimes. I hope that more videos like this encourage people to stand up, because treating people like this is awful. Yeah, we're gonna reveal the heck out of it. Yeah, and these videos are not like to target one person. It's to uncover the awful things, the awful ideas that are going around.
Behaviors.
So, due to my autism/ADHD, I have this behavior where I copy people in conversation, also known as gestures and accents. Okay, my social anxiety scares me thinking that I'll be mistaken for mocking. Thank you for saying this. I did not know that about that, and I appreciate everybody who's been like generous with giving me information in the live chat when I share things that have a limited scope, I always appreciate when you share stuff like this, and that's good to know. I took it more as her mocking them, and if that wasn't the case, I definitely want to make sure that I'm fair to people that I don't agree with too. Not you, Andy, but Courtney Shortney. So I appreciate you saying that. And I hope the live chat's always a safe space for people to speak up against, if that makes sense to me. If you have some like an additional perspective, always welcome to share it here. So, well, Danielle, it's been a 3-hour-a-thon. It's in a marathon. What are your takeaways from that shit show?
Everybody run and go into a dark room, turn off all the sounds, and take some deep breaths because we all need it.
Yeah, everyone needs a nap. Maybe hug your non-inner child squishy. Maybe take a couple deep breaths, eat something delicious, go pet your floof. Maybe go walk in the sunshine if it's still daylight where you are. And hopefully Danielle will let me stream with her again, and we'll find something else interesting to uncover.
Yeah, let us know if you want us to make this like a regular thing, and we can definitely make that happen.
Cool. All right. Well, live chat, you've been awesome. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and Replay Crew. Always much non-culty love. We do not take it for granted when people will are on the Replay Crew. So thank you so much. And
I parasocially love and respect you all.